Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning show. Welcome. So as you can all see, Your Highness is missing at the moment. Did the deep state get to him? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. But if you guys want more of this, don't forget to sign up to patreon.com/Pantelis. And without further ado, we got the man, the myth, the legend, George Sandrizos.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go to Phil.
Oh, here we can go to Phil. I joined by Phil also.
Well,
I'm also
the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, there's only one.
Really?
yeah, Georgi Chan.
It's in my book. It's George, bro.
Oh, you're so nice.
Where is our furious leader?
You mean our glorious leader?
No, he's furious. He's always
furious.
angry.
He's always furious. I don't know.
Always angry. That's the
I
question.
think the deep state finally got to him.
I mean, probably not, but because he's ungettable,
That is true, but
uncancelable.
unkillable. What?
So
What's going on,
let's not descend into madness now that he's missing, because he's
No,
gonna
of
be
course
like, "You
not.
dumb fucks."
Of course
This is
not.
the
Right?
opportunity. This is when you have to descend to madness.
Yeah.
Oh fuck it! I'm taking my clothes off.
It's like when the teacher isn't there and the substitute is there. It's just complete chaos. I'm the
I
substitute.
mean, I think in this equation, he's not the teacher though. He's like that kid in the back of the class who's like, "Why are you sitting in the back with sunglasses?" Shut the fuck up, bitch.
No, obviously, but I'm just saying if if I was to
Think
compare it
George-
to something.
What the fuck's your problem?
Yeah, fuck off. We don't need your education. I mean, George is definitely the teacher. He's the oldest, so
Teacher, leave the kids alone.
there you go. George, what kind of news we got going on? Because I'm sure it's good news.
The only news that matters is that Poseidon this morning got a ticket for parking into a space that was reserved for electric cars, and he's mad. He's like, "Why? Why,
What?
bro? Why?"
Well, bro, look, listen to me, George. I have they have it there for about 2 months. Okay, for the past 2 months, nobody's been getting a ticket, and I mean nobody. I walk by there every fucking morning. Okay, it's right in front of my fucking building every morning. Nobody
But
has
is
a
there
ticket.
but is there a car parked there?
Yeah, there's always cars parked there. Nobody has a fucking ticket. And honest to God, I hadn't even noticed the signs. I thought they put it up as like a thing for whenever there's an electric car in the neighborhood, they can park if it's available. I didn't think it was like in Park X of all places, they'd put up signs. And you
There's a few in Park X, though. You know that.
yeah, I
It's
know, but
gentrification.
yeah, but I didn't think it was like in some other parts like shopping malls or like certain areas, you know what I mean, where it's specific for that, where it's not a like a residential area.
Hold on, Poseidon.
Yeah.
Did you assume, if I'm understanding you correctly, so you thought that the signs other places were signs indicating the law, but the one in Park X was just a suggestion?
Yeah, that's how it is in Park
Is
X.
that what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that you don't park
That's
here.
not what I'm
Please
saying.
don't attack us if you see us.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, go on.
I hadn't noticed the signs.
Except you just said you had.
No, I didn't.
You just said, "Oh, I had seen it. Other cars were parked there. They had no tickets."
Yeah.
You're falling apart in court, man. If you're gonna contest this, you need a better story.
What are you
Yeah, you're
talking
like,
about?
I thought it was just like there for electric cars to come park if they need
Yeah,
it.
because I saw the charging station, but I never saw the signs.
Oh, you never saw the sign. You just saw the
Yeah,
charging station.
yeah, of
Oh,
course,
okay,
I
okay,
saw
that's
the
fair.
big blue charging station, bro.
I don't know.
You know, so I wake up this morning, fucking $172 ticket on my car.
100. I actually got a ticket yesterday also.
Yeah,
That's a big ticket though, man. $170, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a lot of.
and they're not
I got-
essential. Since when are
That's
they essential?
weird.
These fucks, bro.
That's fucking. No, they are essential.
No, the city of Montreal, bro, to give out tickets at this time
They consider them essential. I mean, I'm not saying they are, but they are considered by the city essential workers.
or during the first lockdown, they weren't essential.
They,
by the way,
they were out.
No, they
I'm
weren't.
about.
sure they were.
No,
The city
were-
would
they
not
were.
stop.
They weren't giving tickets. I was parked, bro, in areas where you're not supposed to park, and I never got a ticket during the first lockdown.
That was just luck, man. I mean, yesterday I went.
I'm
I
telling
crossed the northern bridge, the northern borders into the borderlands into Laval.
you. Yeah.
In the middle of the morning, I wanted to go buy some Greek cheese from Atlantis
Uh-huh.
because it was sold out everywhere around my house. And I get pulled over. Like, this is me. It's like the first day I've been out without like a kid to take to school or coming here. So I'm like in the car, I got music on. I'm eating some fucking Greek cookies that I bought from the supermarket, just like I'm listening to music. All of a sudden, I see this car behind me, this big black Tacoma, right? Like, and it's riding me really close for some reason. I'm like, what an asshole. And I look and I see in this unmarked vehicle with tinted windows, 2 cops in the front seat. I'm like, those bastards, they're out and about. Come to an intersection, I continue. I mean, I cross the next intersection, which is a light, and they turn on their the inside lights. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're like honking at me, and I'm like, look, there's nowhere to pull over, and I'm pointing. I'm going to pull over after there was like an opening, right? So I pull over. She comes to my window. She's like, you know why I'm pulling you over? I'm like, no. And I'm still eating a cookie the whole time, right? And I purposely didn't put on my mask so she wouldn't come close, and she kept her distance. I'm like, yeah, what's up, you know? She's like, in French, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. She goes, you didn't make the stop sign. I go, that was the light. She goes, the one before. I go, no, I made that. She goes, how do you know you made it? I go, because I saw you and I'm not stupid. Then she tells me, what are you doing in Laval?
What?
I was like, what do you mean? I go,
yeah,
what do you mean?
They ran his plates. They ran
my plates, yeah. They go, what are you doing in Laval? I'm like, I don't understand the question. Like, I'm allowed to be in Laval. She's like, yeah, you're allowed to be in Laval, but what are you doing here? You don't live here. I go, you didn't even ask for my ID yet. So what's my name? You know, like, I was like, what's going on here? And she goes, it's kind of far. I know they do. I know. At that point, I was just being kind of a smartass.
What are you doing in Laval? I'm here to fuck your mother, you should have told her.
I told her, I go, am I not allowed to visit Laval? Like the beautiful island north of Montreal? She's like, you are. I go, why are you asking me? Like, I have grocery bags in the seat. I clearly, like, I have an open, like, I'm eating a cookie. Like, what nefarious things could I be up to? Yeah. So she goes, you didn't make the stop sign. I go, but that's not what you're telling. You're asking me, what am I doing here? Now you're telling me I didn't do a stop sign, which I did do. And she's like, anyways, let me see your license. Doesn't take it. Just looks at it fast. Walks away, like literally doubles back to her car. And her partner hands her a ticket that was already printed for me. She goes, merci beaucoup. I'm like, hey, vous faites des contraventions comme des Big Mac ici?
Yeah, they've gotten way
in like my most like bad French, I did it, you know? Yeah. Hey, ici, c'est les contraventions, c'est comme des Big Mac. In and out in 30 seconds, man. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. They're just out and about now, making sure people know they're out and about. That's what it is.
Yeah. But they've gotten way too
pandemic.
Comfortable.
Like, we're in the middle of a health emergency, like a global crisis. Why are you in an unmarked vehicle? I mean, that always bothered me, the unmarked vehicles.
Yeah.
Well,
like, a police car should be visible in case I need them, not hiding in case they want to get me.
They're getting tricky. It's the traffic control. Usually these guys, it's and now most of them I don't know if you remember a couple years ago when they started the unmarked vehicles, like if you looked closely you could see it would write police, but it was like black on black, you know.
Ghost cars,
yeah. But also has
no, this one was completely unmarked.
Yeah.
Oh no. But also those you could tell because they have 19 antennas sticking out of them.
No, this one didn't.
No, it's difficult, man. You can't.
It's all digital now. They don't need the antennas.
What? The only way to know is if you look through the window that you can see the light kind of above the
I mean, the only reason I knew is because they were so close behind me. I could see them in the passenger seat. They're wearing their vests and everything. You know? Yeah. It was just, she was very polite. Like, considering how snarky I was, it's just that, like, I mean, is this really a priority right now? Making sure I didn't pull a Laval stop sign, which is like a rolling stop. Because she didn't even tell me I blew it. She said, you stopped, but not really. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but Laval cops are known for that kind of stuff, right? You're always
never had one.
Stopped for a stop sign in Laval. So many people, the only or the majority of the stories that come out of Laval is that she stopped me for a stop sign. And there are so many, obviously. I mean, it's.
I didn't know. There are a lot of stop signs.
There's a stop sign in Laval, man. You know what I mean?
Huh. Like, I don't know. First ticket in Laval for me, honestly. I look forward to seeing what the Laval court system looks like. I'm curious because I'm not paying that ticket. I'm gonna contest.
It's very trashy. I've been.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, I contest unless I fucked up. I'll never just be like, okay, I'm paying it. Like, I'll always contest the ticket. Sometimes it takes 4 years for them to deal with it. It doesn't matter. If I didn't do it, I'm contesting it.
But how do you how do you prove that you did it?
You don't have to prove that you didn't.
You have to create reason.
Prove.
No, you have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have to create reasonable doubt.
I mean, I got a ticket a few years ago for I think he accused me of changing lanes over a solid. I forget what it actually was. And I told him, I go, I didn't do that. You mixed me up with the car next to me. Like, I'm sure that's what happened because I saw him do it. He goes, look, man, my partner saw you. I saw you. It looked like you. I'm just going to give you the ticket if you want to contest it. I was like, oh, okay. Like, thanks, officer.
It looked like you.
So I went to court, and as they were like, because they try to cross-examine you, right, to make sure you're not lying. And I'm sitting there, I'm listening to this public defender go off, pretend she thinks she's on fucking SVU. And like she thinks she's like trying to convict a child rapist. She's going so hard. And I look at her, I'm like, hold on a second. I don't have to prove my innocence. She's like, well, the judge is like, no. I go, so what's considered reasonable doubt? She goes, an error, something that doesn't line up with the story, something that makes me doubt it. And I realized at that moment that on the ticket, he had made a mistake on the direction that I was traveling. And it's a one-way street, so I couldn't have been going the other way. So I was like, well, here it says that. She goes, well, okay, you're acquitted. That's it. That's simple. There's a mistake on the ticket, you're out. And I think he did it on purpose because, like, he seemed like when I told him, he's like, ah, fuck, I fucked up. Like, I could tell he felt bad, and he knows me. He's like the local cop right in my neighborhood, and he's Greek, so like I know who he is. So I think maybe he let it slide. He gave me that like as a mulligan.
But also sometimes it depends on the judge. Like here's the thing. I had gone to court so many times, and whatever. I'm not gonna say too many details, but I kept winning. Right, for the longest time, okay? Let's say I shouldn't have been winning, okay? And then finally, the one ticket I get, which I'm not guilty of, okay? It's $1,000
You get this.
Do you want to backtrack what you just said publicly on the air?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
This is all allegedly, right? This is a show. We put on show comedy.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think we have double indemnity in Canada. You can't just like be acquitted and then be like, I did it.
No, but this is a show. This is all for show, bro. This is comedy,
it's all
bro.
a show. We're making all this up, guys. None of it's real. I have hair. This is a wig.
It's a bald cap.
Yeah, bald cap. Oh man.
So what happened with the ticket?
So that $1,000 ticket I get, bro, I bring a witness, video evidence, photos. I brought everything, bro, and I had all the proof on my end. And the what's her face, the La Couronne, the prosecutor, she literally thought she was gonna lose because she couldn't talk, but she kept stuttering. Bro, doesn't the fucking judge, bro, this fucking whore. She goes, you haven't created reasonable doubt.
Your whoreness.
Yeah, your whoreness. You haven't created any reasonable doubt. Bro, I had a witness that was in the car with me. Witness, video, photo, I still lost.
Question for you. The witness that you had.
Yes.
Were they more or less credible than you?
More.
Really? So that's not saying a lot. That doesn't really solve any questions that I had.
Meaning he didn't look.
I mean, I know this story, so it's funnier to me.
Yeah, he didn't look like a
drug dealing pimp,
basically.
Wearing a fur coat.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, look, if I've learned anything in court, and I learned this after my first time in traffic court when I was like 16, like I left in tears. I was so upset. My dad's like, you can't fight the system. I'm like, damn, you're dead. The truth isn't important in court. It's only about the details. If you didn't actually do it, don't harp on I didn't do it. Harp on I didn't do it, and don't really answer any other questions. Be like, look, I didn't do it. They're mistaken, and that's it. If you give too many details, you fuck yourself up.
Yeah, but I hadn't. I stuck to.
But you gave all the truth.
Yeah.
You fucking loaded a witness. You had photos.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
He got prepared. He was preparing for months.
Yeah, no. That's the only ticket. That's the only ticket I was actually preparing for. Like it was fucking. Like it was a fucking test. Yeah, bro. Anyways, without further
get out
ado,
of this topic and let's go. Yeah, without further
go straight to the news.
On a better note, and I don't know if it'll change anything for you guys. Certainly not for me, but maybe for the people listening or watching. Hockey started up again this week, so that's a plus.
I don't care.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
So hockey is essential.
It's so difficult for me to talk about this, but it is news because it makes absolutely no difference in my life. The fact that the Canadians are playing.
I'm sure Pantelis cares to some extent.
Nah,
I don't know.
He likes hockey.
Follow hockey? Yeah,
he does like hockey.
Devils, eh?
But how is this essential, George? You can't buy duct
Well-
tape at the fucking Canadian Tire.
No, duct tape. I think you could.
Well, wrong example. You can't buy fucking whatever the fuck ovens, bro, to cook food, bro.
Yeah,
And,
a gift card.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just order it on Amazon.
But yeah, no. Look, hockey started. I mean, it's a big thing. Obviously, here, hockey's a religion. We know that, and I think the fact that there's something other than the news that could be more entertaining, I think it's a good thing. The fact that people are home, it may be positive. I mean, bring people's spirits up. I mean, hockey's back. We haven't had hockey since the playoffs last year, and there was probably
No
the
idea.
season. The season
no
had
idea.
ended short in March or April, and then they brought it back during the summertime for the playoffs. It was this whole new model that they used. So there's a lot of people that live off this thing, man. Hockey. I mean, it's important.
No, it's a
Some-
massive part of the economy also. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that. And it's also, opium for the masses, like most organized sports. So they need people to be doing other things.
yeah.
Because people are getting bored and cranky, right? It's, I don't know. I don't really care that hockey's coming back. I did see the MLS news that the Impact dropped Impact from their name, which I
Yeah.
support as a soccer aficionado. I wouldn't go so far as to call myself an aficionado. I don't think I've ever watched an MLS game in my life.
Neither have-
I mean, when Drogba showed up, I started watching a bit, but I love the fact that they dropped Impact from their name because it was so stupid. But that new logo, man, it looks like a fucking puckered up sphincter. It's a butthole.
But doesn't because I was reading some news about because I was going to talk about actually the MLS and it's
Oh, I'm
nice that you
sorry, I
bring
jumped
it up.
ahead.
No, but it's fine. It was the next topic anyway. Isn't clubfoot some physical handicap in children or something like that? I read somewhere that
Clubfoot is.
Yeah.
Club de Foot is a very CF Montreal. It's not weird at all.
it's very like French from
It's very
France.
It's very
Foot.
European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the
They could have
ankle-
said Club de Soccer. Like, it would have been fine.
Very interesting that the logo is a snowflake now.
That's the other thing. The snowflake, but also the meaning of snowflake. You snowflake. You
I
know?
mean, the
Yeah.
fact that you just said it isn't clubfoot a disease, you sound like a bit of a snowflake right now. Like, I'm offended.
No, no. I'm telling you that what I read in an article is that people may take some sort of leaning because of like the
People may be
insinuation
offended.
behind this thing. Sorry,
People may be offended. Is that what you're
maybe,
saying?
maybe offended, but also like the other teams. They're gonna look down on.
I mean,
on
yeah.
our team and say, look at the clubfoots, or the snowflakes.
The snowflakes I like.
The
'Cause that's
snowflakes.
hilarious.
How gay does that sound?
I like the fact that they went with, football club like FC. I
Yes.
get that they did it in French, and that's fine. I've always said this about the Montreal
No,
soccer
it's
team.
CF Club de Foot.
Yeah, but in English it would be FC, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My big thing is I think that the fact that Montreal has the word Real in it, and we have a soccer team, and we're not using that in any way, shape, or form, is a wasted opportunity.
But what would you do exactly? What
I don't
you would
know.
copy Real?
No, I just mean like the fact that you have Real in the name means you can incorporate some kind of like crown in the mountain. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, the logo for me
It's
too.
better than Impact. It's better than the Montreal Impact.
Yeah.
So I guess what else you got, George? Because how much are we going to talk? It's basically a logo that looks either like a snowflake, a butthole, or the Rebel Alliance. It's like stormtroopers are coming.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange, but apparently they did a lot of research and they had all these focus groups and like there
Fuck
was a
that.
whole-
They didn't do shit. They hired one graphic designer who was someone's cousin, and they paid him 3 times the rate.
Look, the president, I can't remember what the name is. He came out and said that there was a lot of research done, that they had focus groups and they took it very seriously. They're standing by this decision, and I think he mentioned another team. I think which one was it?
The Nordics.
No, the Sporting. I can't remember. I don't know what city it is. Sporting.
Yeah.
That also changed their name and then became.
Bilbao. It's Bilbao,
Sorry?
no? Sporting
Hmm?
Bilbao.
No, it's
not-
the U.S. It's in the
Oh,
U.S.
in the U.S.
Part of the MLS. So, and apparently that went well, and that team is doing well. So, and then
Poseidon, do music before you bring him in.
Why'd you cue the music?
I told him to.
phone flicks.
Yeah? You doing plugs, Poseidon? Do your plugs, Poseidon.
No. It's just for you, baby.
Oh, I didn't need
Again?
music, Phil. By the way,
Here
you
is our
can't-
furious
you-
leader.
You can't do that, Poseidon. Isn't that authority to tell you to play the goddamn music? You think everybody
yeah,
has
it's
authority
true,
to tell
eh?
you to play the goddamn music?
I mean, in
Phil,
your
I'm gonna come
absence, I think
smack
I have
your
a
bald
bit of
head.
authority.
No, you don't.
Well, in my absence, authority is gonna go to George because it's funny that way because he's scared to say anything.
Okay, I'm done. All right.
Should we put that fire out? I don't know, guys. Should you? George, what did I miss?
We spoke about the Habs being back in action.
Oh,
And even though we give no shits about sports, that for many it's a positive thing, especially in these dark times. So that's the good thing. And then we just finished talking about the Montreal Impact, and you're more
before
of a
you
soccer
continue,
guy.
before you continue with the impact, did anybody just notice that puff of smoke that Phil just did? Did you notice how cool that was? Did anybody notice that or no?
No.
How
I mean, I'll
nonchalant.
watch it back. I'm
You didn't see how
curious.
nonchalant, cool, like that was?
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
only one you noticed? That
No,
was nice.
I was paying attention.
Somebody gift that. That was nice. But yeah, you were saying the impact. I saw you say they changed their logo.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about the name? We're talking about
I don't mind the name.
we're talking about insinuations that may come about because of the clubfoot and snowflake.
Is it a snowflake? It looked like a metallic butthole. It looked weird, that logo.
That's what I said. It's a puckered up sphincter, or possibly the Rebel Alliance, not the Rebel Alliance, the Empire.
Hey, it looked weird. Yeah, I didn't
It's
like
a
it.
snowflake built out of arrows and M's. The arrows signify the metro. That makes no sense. The M's signify Montreal. The snowflake symbolizes snow. I looked into this, and the blue line around it is Blue Lives Matter. No, I'm just kidding. It symbolizes that Montreal is an island.
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit too much. Like, they don't have to try to be like every other club. I like what the Impact had. I like their. I
Oh
like
shit!
the old
You're
shield.
right, by the way.
Me?
That was really cool. My
Yeah, I
joke
told you it was
really
cool. Yeah, somebody gifts that. That was nice. But I like the old logo. The old logo now. The logo that they had before yesterday.
I didn't like it.
No, I think it felt like Montreal. It was a nice little badge. You had the fleur de lis. It looked and impact. You know, it looked different.
Yeah, it had meaning.
You don't
like
have to
the
be
new
like
name.
everyone else.
I really like the new name. It feels much more like heritage soccer to me, like European soccer, like Montreal Football Club. Like simple.
Yeah.
We're just named after the city. The name Impact was dumb to me. The logo, I mean, it might grow on me, but it could have been better. It could have been done better, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
the logo's a metal anus. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
not a big
that
fan.
episode of Community where they have the flag of the school. Do you guys watch
Oh,
Community?
dude, it's a metal version of that. Yeah, we got
The
community.
Glendale Community College
Yeah,
flag.
yeah. We're the
what a
Glendale
great
Community
show.
Soccer Team.
No idea what you're talking.
No, it's a
George.
good show. It's a fun show.
You're missing
Oh
out.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it.
But George, you were talking about that. Yeah, the sports are big, kind of. Those athletes are allowed to train.
That's a good thing. I mean, look, I don't really watch sports, but I know that obviously, especially hockey, it's a religion here. So, and I know that a lot of people are happy that it's back and that they figured out a formula that that is going to bring hockey back to the TV
The
screens.
formula is you're not allowed to go watch it. That's the formula. Stay in your house and watch it.
Yeah, but well, it's better than nothing. So
No, I'm not knocking. I mean, I'm glad something's back. People need distractions. I received messages about us, for example, that people are happy that they get to watch us throughout this fucking time. So imagine if your favorite sport is back.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
No, no.
nice.
But it's
So
true.
nice.
So imagine if your favorite sport is back. I think it's a good thing. But what's going on with the curfew? I heard that someone sent me a message this morning that the premier retweeted France's tweet that they're moving the curfew to 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Yeah.
And he retweeted it. Is he trying to start some shit right now?
I don't know if he's trying to show that look, other nations bigger than Quebec are doing the same thing and even worse. Well,
Did you
worse.
just refer to Quebec as a nation?
Well, nation in the French sense. I think we've had. This
There is no
conversation
bigger
before.
French nation than Quebec. This is the nation. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a liar.
What about the
This is-
Pantelis nation?
Not as big as the nation of Quebec.
Fair.
So yeah, I didn't see that he retweeted, but then I heard that France was gonna put it at 6 p.m. But the situation is really out of control in France, though, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
I
well-
don't think it's comparable to Quebec.
No, they have a lot of Algerians.
Sorry. I mean, we should talk about.
That's why they did the
fact
curfew,
that-
right?
What?
Did I misunderstand that whole thing, France?
I think you may have. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're doing it at 6 because, like, how is that going to help them? I don't understand. What happened in France that they had to change things?
I always understood the French curfew was because Europeans tend to like go out and dine later, and that's where a lot of their problems were. And by imposing a curfew in a place that's not covered in eternal darkness and snow, and people eat late, would keep them home and not gather as much, which is why it's probably working better in France. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying.
I don't know about that, Phil, because everything is closed also, right? Like the restaurants are closed also. Like there's nowhere.
I never said restaurants. I said they're dining at friends' homes.
Yeah. It's the meetups. It's the
gangbangs.
The get-togethers and all that stuff that they're trying to avoid over here at night. So,
but how many people are actually doing that here in the darkest night? Like it's winter.
A lot, because according to the stats that they came up with over the holidays, over 50% of Quebecers don't give a shit about it, and they're all pretty much everywhere.
I mean, but how do they know that, George? That's the thing. I've come to question the statistics that
a new study has come out. COVID lockdowns have no clear benefit versus other voluntary measures. International studies show. So you could do all the lockdowns you want. The only thing that matters is voluntarily. People keep their distance and do that. Everything else is nonsense. Because if people aren't doing that. So basically what we had, remember in the summer before the schools opened up and we were fine here, people were going out, they had the rules?
Yeah.
That's apparently the best it can get if you still want to have a society and live through this. Everything else now is
so bad.
It wasn't so bad.
Because the school situation is becoming the topic of conversation now. It's becoming the urgent thing because there's the cases keep increasing and
I called it in October.
The source is more and more coming from the school. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stress. I don't know if they're going to close the schools finally. I told you guys I haven't sent my kids this week because fuck that shit. Nothing makes sense.
George,
to me.
I have a question. Your daughter is in like the first grade or something, no?
No, kindergarten.
Oh, she's in kindergarten. Okay, never mind. Then my point is mute. I was going to say, what if she misses stuff, but it's kindergarten? What's she going to fucking miss?
But if she misses kindergarten, how's she going to learn how to finger paint?
And it just doesn't make sense to me because, like I told you guys, right after the holidays, they came up with that stat, which, again, I don't know how they managed to get. But when you're coming out and you're saying that over 50% of the population didn't respect the confinement rules and they were gathering for Christmas and the holidays, so assuming that is a fact, why would you open the schools before the 14th if all you've been doing throughout this pandemic is telling people to stay home for at least 2 weeks if there's a possibility of having been infected?
USA.
I have no idea.
I like what the U.S. is doing. Pretend like it's not happening. I prefer that.
It's what
you're
I
right,
always
George.
say. It's they want to stay popular.
You're right, George. You're 100% right. There was no logic to reopening, especially since they confirm they've checked the statistics. Apparently, people voluntarily said that they broke the rules. So they should have kept it an extra 2 weeks.
I'm just interested to know how they got that number. I mean, they called. What kind of and who would say, no, I went over my aunt's house or I went over my dad's house. Like who would even admit it?
Well, most of these aren't real. Even the stats that they do. Remember, they were doing polls. Like whoever the weirdo is that answers polls, those surveys or whatever the fuck, and they're like, 70% of Quebec loves the curfew. Like clearly these are fake. Free human beings don't love curfews.
No.
And especially once you leave outside the big cities, all the smaller regions, the ones that barely have any cases, are furious about the curfew.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like we don't have any cases. Why the fuck am I going to stay in at 6? There's no one sick here.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's absurdity, my friends.
Anyway. In other news, there's an article that came out yesterday stating that Montreal is emptying.
I read that this morning.
Emptying?
There's a record number of people that have left Montreal for the suburbs. We're talking about over 35,000 people. It's the largest number since
24,000.
How much?
24,365.
Oh, I read 30.
I read it right before we started the show. That's why I remember it. And give or
keep
take,
arguing.
1 or 2.
Keep arguing, guys, about this.
No, I'm only making a point of it because they're acting like it's this massive thing, but that's really not a lot of people if you consider the fact that 1, we're in a pandemic, and 2, the rates for property purchase in the city don't make sense.
Yeah, it is way too expensive.
It's way too expensive for no reason.
It's not like our income went up, but everything else did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on, because I'm just looking over. I just want to get that number right for the people.
Yeah, fuck them. I just made up a number.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what Phil does, bro.
Just fill in the
I told
hole.
you, that's why you got to be careful.
Yeah. So the real number is 35,900 people.
Somewhere right now, my mother's getting like a sense like, I think he's fucking lying again. That fucking asshole.
Without even watching the show.
No, she doesn't need to watch. She's just dialed into the universe. Every time I tell a lie, she's like, that fucker.
So it's the largest number since 2001. Montreal is the only region in Quebec with this sort of deficit. Now they're speculating on a lot of causes, a lot of reasons for this. Obviously, COVID is one of them. So the fact that people are moving around because of this pandemic, they don't want to come to Montreal, which is the most infected region in Quebec. Also, there's less immigrants coming in. The borders are closed. There's less circulation, so less people coming into Montreal.
So you mean people only want to live here when they could live around immigrants? Because we're talking about we're not talking about it not growing. You're talking about an exodus.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or maybe it's the tyrannical fucking communism they're starting to implement slowly.
Every
due
episode,
to
you're just
COVID.
going to blame it on tyrannical communism now.
Yeah, by
George,
the way, he's been saying, Poseidon's been saying tyrannical communism for weeks now. He's going crazy.
He learned a new word.
Tyrannical.
Poseidon bought like a misprinted word-a-day calendar. Monday, tyrannical. Tuesday, tyrannical. Wednesday, tyrannical.
He's like, I fucking hate bikes. He just hates bikes. But no, what I mean, George, is that has nothing, because those are two different stats. Are we talking about it growing or are we talking about the exodus? Because the exodus happening has nothing to do with less immigrants coming in.
No. The fact that there's less population in Montreal. This is a migration, right? It happens every year. At the end of the day, they look at, is there a deficit? Do we have less people?
Okay, so you're talking about I was talking about the exodus, about people voluntarily leaving. Is it more now than ever?
Yeah, of course, that's true too. I mean, there's way more.
So basically, guys, based on what I'm reading right now, more people per capita left Montreal last year than in the years previous.
Yeah.
But we still have a steady growth in the city because of births and that kind of stuff. But there's fewer people coming in than leaving, like new arrivals, not births or immigration, but like people moving into the city from other regions.
Hey, I have a question.
They still registered a growth. I read somewhere 5,000 or something, which was higher than the previous year. But yeah, it's what Phil is saying. It's basically when you consider the people leaving versus the people coming in, there's a much larger deficit.
But that number makes sense, that the fact that we'd have more births, it's all the coronials from the first lockdown. Yeah. Like all the people who are just bored and fucking.
I'm not so sure if the deaths due to the pandemic play a role in
They're not.
No, it wasn't that
to
much.
Make a
Yeah, it
dent.
wasn't that much.
Yeah.
We had more the year before.
This is weird. Like, can we talk about some good news? Like the fact that like the first woman to be vaccinated in Quebec now has COVID.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I feel bad, bro. They're really screwing over the old people, eh?
They really are.
And it's a good segue because I was going to talk about the fact that Quebec has officially confirmed that they will delay the second vaccine dose.
Rendering it useless.
Look, I have absolutely
According
no
to
idea
Pfizer.
what people are doing. They're taking the extra because, I don't know if you guys remember in the previous episode, we mentioned that they have over 80,000 doses, but they've only vaccinated over 30,000 people. So even if you give the second dose, you have enough to continue the first dose, but they're choosing to use whatever doses they have now to give the first vaccine to as many people as possible. The problem is that you're threatening the people that have already received it and require the second dose, and you're giving that dose away to the first time vaccines. So, look, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how these things work, but when the maker of that vaccine tells you within 3 weeks you got to give the second dose, and you're saying no, we're going to push it to 40 days or 42 days, whatever it is. Aren't you playing with fire? I mean, I don't understand, especially if you have the proof that you have seniors that were vaccinated that now are infected by COVID. So clearly, we're susceptible to getting it, even with the first dose, which is supposed to protect you, like whatever. What are the
52%?
50%, yeah.
Well, look, George, I'm not a scientist.
I want to see if this. Oh yeah, go ahead.
But I've pretended to be one on many occasions. And as a pretend scientist, I can't tell you this. Follow the science, G. If the people making the vaccine are telling the government, hey, stupid, that's not going to work, just follow our directions, then I would go with them. I don't know why the government is going to dictate the science of the product that the actual manufacturers are disagreeing with. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like they made it. Don't you think they know more than anyone else? I.e. the World Health Organization?
I have no idea.
Pushing it to 40 days?
Yeah, he's like, no, nobody knows more than me. I made out with my sister.
I am Papa Lego.
Yeah, people didn't forget. Do
Yo,
you remember when he
Poseidon.
won? He kissed his sister, no?
Yeah, that's right.
That was pretty disturbing. Yeah.
Poseidon, can you take me off the split screen? I got to step away for a second. I shall return.
Get out of here, Phil.
In other news, Montreal announced. They had already announced the creation of a position for basically it's a commissioner, an anti-racism commissioner.
Oh, I heard something about this on the radio yesterday morning.
Yeah, well, this was a recommendation back. What it was last summer, I think, with everything happening, suggesting that Montreal had a very bad track record on dealing with discrimination and racism and all that stuff. So Montreal came out saying that they're going to create a special position, like a commissioner, to fight racism. And yesterday they announced the person that will become the first commissioner, the anti-racism commissioner, a lady by the name of Boshra Manai. Now, it automatically spurred controversy because she was basically she's not bad. Like, she has a very interesting profile. She has a doctorate in urban studies. She has 2 masters.
Hold on. What does that mean, urban studies?
Well, you study
the urbans.
Well, it's I've taken a couple classes actually. It's not that bad. It's interesting. It's basically
we learn about the hip and the hop
and sorry,
it's
what
like
you
a
say?
super racist class. We're doing it urban today, kids. Like what? The R and the B. It's so stupid. All right, so this urban lady.
No, she has an interesting profile. She has like 2 masters. She's a community activist. She was running an organization that already dealt with social exclusion.
Is she a racist?
If she what?
Is she racist?
No, I doubt that she's racist.
Then she seems good. She seems like a good candidate for this position.
Yeah. That was the only question. Imagine the interview. All right, lady, are you racist?
It's
no.
Like, yeah. What's the right answer?
For your time, we'll get back to you.
No, but if she doesn't like racism, then we're already at a good start for this position.
But yeah,
like when you become a fireman, I think that's what they ask you. You like fires? If you say, yeah, man, they're pretty cool, you shouldn't get hired.
But what's it called? No, she came under fire because she was among that group that took the government to court over Bill 21. So she challenged. That
was the veil law.
Constitutionally, the Bill 21. For those who don't remember, Bill 21 was that bill that the government passed for religious symbols to be removed in the public sector. So
the Catholic only law.
Yeah, so Muslim women teaching or being nurses, or they have to remove the veil, or they would lose their jobs, and a lot of them did lose their jobs. So a lot of that.
That was fucked up. Yeah.
So she challenged that bill, and because of that, now there's this whole controversy. Legault came out and it's like, I would have perhaps found someone else that isn't against the bill that we had proposed. First of all, why the hell do you care? This is a nomination to the city of Montreal, really out of your jurisdiction. She's a Montreal city employee. What say do you have in this, right? So, but anyway,
he's gonna be like, either you fire her or your curfew's at 12 p.m.
But the controversy, guys, is it comes with no surprise. I mean, because this whole thing about systemic racism already has brought forth a lot of has kind of split, not the population, but public opinion. You have a lot of people thinking that systemic racism doesn't exist, like our own premier, and you have others that believe that it's a big issue. Like, for example, a lot of people in Montreal, like the Montreal police that came out with a report in late 2019, admitting that there is systemic racism and that they had engaged in many cases in racial profiling. And we spoke about this, right? So the only thing I don't understand is Valerie Plante's position on Bill 21, because the controversy on hiring this lady was the fact that she was against it, and now she works for the city. So I can't remember, and I looked into it, but I couldn't find it. I can't remember if Valerie Plante had taken a position for or against Bill 21, which makes hiring this person controversial.
If Bill 21 didn't include anything about banning bicycles, she'd be probably cool with it.
No, she was against it publicly. She didn't so much as say I'm against this, but she had said that this is a misguided. Like, she was not for it. She spoke
openly. It was super
openly,
misguided,
but very carefully about it, if I remember correctly.
So
Am I not allowed back on the screen, Poseidon? Can I rejoin the party? What's going on?
Oh,
So
by the
then
way, I received a message from a 2-drink minimum fan who is also a police officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because our last 2-drink minimum episode was mostly in the beginning about my altercation. And he let me know, he said, for the record, because you've been asking for a while on different shows, no, cops are not happy, most cops that he knows, I guess, are not happy about giving out curfew tickets and shit like that. They don't like giving out tickets. And we're also not racist. He said, so in case you were wondering, most of
That's
us,
what I like to hear.
That's what I said. That's what I like to hear. He's like,
Yeah, we're not racist. Tell him that's not what your police force stated in the report in 2019, which was the complete opposite.
Well, but here's the thing, though.
There has been racial profiling.
But having racial profiling and everybody being racist is two different things, right? So if something
course.
racist happens, like if a bunch of cops see a bunch of black kids and they're like, these guys might be criminals, and they do something, that does not represent everyone that works there.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, are we... Like our government, our employees, right? One of them, the guy that we've put as a manager of the rest of our employees, Trudeau, he did blackface. Does that mean that all of our employees in government and us, we all did blackface? No.
No, I understand.
What?
No, did you get that?
Did you get that, Phil?
No, I didn't. You cut out, and I didn't understand what you were saying. Say that again.
One of our employees.
Because of one person's stupidity doesn't represent.
Oh, right. Yeah.
One of our
Oh,
employees
did
over
we
at
all
the
do
federal
blackface?
government, which we all own together, by the way. High five, everybody. It's our company. One of them, the manager over there, the guy that we put in charge, he did the blackface. It doesn't represent everyone in government.
Yeah, I mean, look, think about the police force for a second, right? As an example. They have been riddled with problems, not in racism or systemic profiling, but in fucking management.
Yeah.
Like I was just reading this morning. You know how many cops, like high up cops, like chiefs and deputy chiefs, have been forced out in the last 4 or 5 years because something was going on, pending an investigation. No investigation has ever been completed, and they're still making like 6-figure salaries while they sit at home. Like that's a management issue. No one's saying all cops are racist. I mean, if someone is saying that, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, you know
But
what?
there's clearly a management issue.
Remove quotas from cops should not have ticket quotas. I still find that ridiculous.
No, I mean,
Agreed.
why would you even implement something like that for a peacekeeping force?
Thank you.
Unless it's about making money.
Your quota is
I
to
understand.
keep the peace. How many pieces have you kept?
If we're short for cash, if we're strapped for cash, public cash, I mean, if the coffers are running dry, stop paying people who aren't working. There's one way to start.
I have an idea. If because they say when you go broke, right? There are a couple things you can do. One of them is selling drugs. The government has tried this, but they're not good at it.
I mean, the Quebec government's doing a great job selling drugs. There are lineups around the block.
Yeah, but they're not making money. That's the issue.
What do you mean they're not making money?
They're selling.
Why not?
You haven't seen this shit we talked about a few months ago. So there's lineups.
They're
Yeah,
constantly in deficit.
they're constantly in deficit. They don't
How's
know
that
how to
possible?
sell drugs properly.
Bro,
Yo,
I
I know guys with an IQ of 78 that make money selling drugs. Like, how you guys fucking this up?
Are they still having problems with
They're not having problems finding customers. They just don't know how to sell. And the way it was explained to me was like that they're overpaying. They're having too many employees, that they're overpaying. They're putting too much around. Like, let's say for a little bit of weed, it's like basically the weed isn't. They're not covering the costs of operating. They don't know what they're doing. It's completely.
Well, if it's anything like the SAC, those guys who work, or those women, or those humans, whatever they want to be called, who work at the SQDC, I mean, are they making $30 an hour? Is that what's happening?
I don't think so, but
the union and the whole thing, man.
But they're probably making around 20, 22, around that.
good for them.
sure.
It's not their issue. The government's
that's
stupid.
fine.
That's not
All right,
good
but
for
that
them.
maybe
that-
you're overstaffed.
No,
Maybe
but
you're
also remember the
overstaffing.
plastic
But that's
thing.
not an issue. The if they want
It's
to,
not. Yeah, it's not the employee. They could pay the employees $50 an hour. That's not the issue. The issue is that I guess everything, transportation, how much they're paying, the amount of plastic surrounding weed. Do you remember this when they were showing us the containers? There's like a
I mean, I
container
bought from the
within a
SQDC.
container within a container for like a nugget. Like it's horribly done.
This was in June 12th, 2019. La
Yeah.
SQDC, I'm going to say it in French. So actually, no, I'm going to translate it. The
No, say it in French, it's
No, the SQDC lost $4.9 million, regardless of revenues of $71 million.
Fuck me, bro. That's insane.
Bro, they had
How's that
a
possible?
revenue of $71 million, and they still lost $4.9 million.
Just guys, think about this from a business standpoint. Here is a business with a turnkey clientele waiting to get in, okay? And on top of that, they have zero marketing budget because you don't need to market it.
You're the only people doing it. Because remember in the beginning when this happened, we were looking to get licenses for like pot cafes.
Dispensaries.
And they wouldn't give. They said, no, are you crazy? We're not going to share the money. Only the government knows how to do this. They have no competition, and they still lose.
Well, they have competition.
I wonder
That's
how
like
that
playing a
is.
championship against yourself and losing. How did you lose, bro? There's no one else here. Oh, you don't know how complicated this is.
You don't even need to make the analogy or any kind of comparison. You have a monopoly and you're doing shit.
It's amazing.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
You know what? If they pay me enough, I'll take over their operations for a year and show them how it's done.
Honestly, they should bring in some outside consultants who have years of experience from the streets.
I didn't know this about
I don't know.
the
I've never
numbers.
sold drugs, but I'm aware of how buying and selling works. And I think most logical people, you know what I mean, can figure this one out. Especially
it's
when you have a
not
product
cheap,
that there's lineups for.
It's not cheap, by the way. Like, I bought a CBD tincture, like the ball. It was like $45 for a month's supply.
Yeah. Well, of course, that's the other thing is there's no competition, right? People are going there on purpose to get it legally, and they want it. There's so many people that were scared to go to get weed, and they want to try it when it was illegal. That now they'll pay they'll pay more. It's not, but it doesn't matter how much more you charge. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not gonna make your money back.
In the chat, Steve just hit the nail on the head.
Oh, what's Steve
It's
say?
the fact that they haven't allowed people to grow their own cannabis for personal use, not for selling.
Yeah.
It's just proof positive of the fact that there are backroom deals to make sure friends of friends, George,
sure.
you know how backstage works. It's all kickbacks. And I mean, the fact that you wouldn't let people grow their own plants makes a lot of sense in this instance. Like, he's probably right. And it's not unheard of. It's not anything new. We've been doing this since time immemorial. Like, I have a company, you're in the government, I'll give you a shit price, but I'll kick some back to you.
But I don't think it has anything to do because it's all federal. So I don't.
If you're
think
overpaying for everything, it's not all federal. What do you mean it's all federal? They're growing.
No. The SQDC is provincial, but the legislation is federal.
But there are also provincial legislations. Other provinces can grow their own marijuana. We can't.
Exactly, because
What do you mean we can't? Well, we have private companies. We have a company that invested
This actually happened before the 2018 election because if you guys remember, this went into force at the end of 2018. Now, remember, the government passes the law legalizing the marijuana, and that's federal jurisdiction. But in the application of the law, I think it's provincial jurisdiction, and that's where the Liberal government before François Legault said, "Okay, fine, you're legalizing marijuana, but it's up to us to decide." Because the federal government said up to 4 plants per household.
I remember that.
So the Quebec government said, "Well, if it's up to 4 plants, it'll be 0 in Quebec for home use, for home growth." So. And now I think Legault during the campaign was against that, so it's surprising to me that he kept it. I haven't followed up on that. I guess he didn't change it. But then again, we didn't do anything because the elections came in, and it was up to him to actually decide whether or not he was going to allow personal growth there at home, like domestic. So I don't know. I mean, why you would want to grow a plant? I think that the law is.
I'm not saying I want to grow a plant. I'm just saying, why shouldn't I have the right to?
I don't smoke, but I've always been for. It's a fucking plant. I don't agree with stopping people from fucking growing a plant at their house that they can I don't give a, especially a product that you're already selling.
Yeah.
Like, this is some bullshit here. The government is
the
already
same thing with
selling
alcohol.
it. Yeah.
You can't fucking have a garage still. I mean, I know a lot of Greek people do, but you're not supposed to have one.
Yeah, you're not. But what's crazy is, like, let's say right now it's something that's illegal. They're like, yo, you can't make heroin or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that because clearly there's problems. You're not selling heroin, right? It's fucking, it's dangerous. I get that. But it's like with the casino here when they go, you can't gamble. If we catch you gambling in a basement playing cards with money, you're all getting fined, right? It's illegal. But come to our gambling palace where you could gamble on everything. That's cool. As long as we're making money, that's cool. So I don't like that shit. I don't these arbiters of what's right and what's wrong.
Oh, maybe we can't. Oh, we can have 1 to 4. They're saying in the chat. Maybe we're wrong, guys. Honestly, I'm not sure.
No, in Quebec it's different than the rest of Canada.
No, they're talking about Quebec.
Yeah, they said up to 4. I know that. That's what even.
Oh,
he
okay.
said.
So maybe I mean, if you can have 4 plants, that's okay.
That was the federal law. They allowed up to 4 plants, but Quebec, I don't know since 2018 what's happened, but I remember when we were in government until because this came down to the election, so nothing happened. The election came.
Okay.
The election came. We had the election and we lost. So
George, we've gone on a random tangent down the rabbit hole, but really what we're saying is, how are you fucking up making money when you're the only one selling it? I mean, that's the takeaway here. And I don't have an answer. It seems like a hole that needs to be filled. Because I want to know.
It just seems that it's the government takes over, turns it into a what do you call it? In Société d'État, there, like a crown corporation. The SQDC, and like everything else, it just they blow up their expenses. They can't control their financial management. Like,
did you catch that?
But again, it doesn't make.
What? No.
You see what George just did?
No.
George, for the first time ever since all the time we've been on a show with him, or even in conversation, made an open and very clear-cut case against socialism.
Nice. You tell him,
Attaboy, George.
I don't understand where this thing came forward that I'm a fucking socialist or a communist.
I mean, you're a bit of a socialist. You're like a conservative, you're a progressive socialist.
You're such, dude. You supported the NDP, man.
That is true. You were a communist.
I mean, I'm allowed to have friends who are socialists. That's not an issue here. This isn't a fucking ghetto.
I think you voted for them twice.
I voted for them once.
And you told your family to vote for them too.
I heard that you Jagmeet sing in the shower all about the NDP.
In my defense, Jack Layton was in charge.
Everybody liked Jack
Jack
Layton.
Layton was a good guy.
He was a good. You know why? Because you know what's crazy about Jack Layton? It's fucking sad that he died because we don't like politicians. He's the only politician in the last little while here in Canada that you look at him talk and you're like, I like this guy. This guy feels like he's everyone's uncle.
Yeah. And he was a career politician.
Yeah, but he was a nice guy.
Like, that's all he ever really did. Like, other people in that same position, I would laugh at.
Yeah, but imagine there's 600 politicians I've seen come and go my entire life. One of them wasn't a venomous snake, and that's the one that died.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I mean, yeah, George, I voted for the NDP. I also voted for the Conservatives, the Liberals, and now I just don't vote. I abstain from voting.
You should go vote and just put an X on everyone's name.
It's always
Because
the
of
prettiest flowers that God picks from his garden.
All right, shut up, Poseidon. Yo, George, you know what you should do? Talk to your friends in government since you're one of those insiders. Tell them we'll take over, but they have to give us everything. We have to have a monopoly to oversee the entire SQDC operation, and within a year, we'll have them making money. But they have to publicly thank us after and say they did a shit job.
The question is Poseidon going to be in charge?
No, I have a team that I could put in charge of that, people that actually know about that stuff. You let him know. We'll take that contract. I'll give you a kickback.
Like, dude, where's the supply? Poseidon's like, I don't know.
Let's get the SQDC to sponsor.
Poseidon's not a smoker. He doesn't smoke. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I have legit professionals that I would bring in to take care of that because it is absurd that we're not making money off that.
I already know
it is
who you're
pretty
thinking
absurd.
of.
You know who exactly I'm thinking of. He's already undercutting them. I'm going to bring in their competition.
In other news, and because we're talking about racism before, last week, I don't know if you guys remember, I spoke to you about Justin Trudeau shuffling his cabinet. He repositioned 3 people. And one of the guys that took over the transport ministry, his name is, I forget his name, the first name, Omar Al Gabra. Anyways, he's an Arab guy. And automatically, like right away, the leader of the Bloc Québécois came out bashing this poor guy.
Why? Because he's Arab?
No, exactly. No, because, like he suggested the new minister may have some Islamist leanings. There's a lot of insinuations. Yeah,
the transport minister. Remember last time the Muslims took over airplanes? It didn't end well. He's just freaking out. Yeah. What are the arguments?
Well, the guy went off on a rampage because of his former role as director. He was the director of the Canadian Arab Federation.
Okay.
And he let out suggestions and insinuations that there may be a proximity to the Islamist political movement that we're starting to see in Canada. And the reason he's saying that is because back in 2004, this gentleman in Ontario, because I think he's elected out of Ontario, he was backing an initiative of the Ontario government to create special tribunals to deal with Muslim families.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah. Finally, look, Ontario never went through with that idea. They abandoned it altogether. But at the same time, the guy is the director of this organization that deals specifically with relations between Canadians, the Canadian government, and Arab organizations. And so the guy was just, it was a PR thing. Again, it makes no sense that this kind of tribunal should exist anywhere in Canada. But I think because of that, Blanchette went off on a rampage, fucking destroying this guy.
I don't know who Blanchette is, but I do.
François Blanchette is the leader of the Bloc Québécois.
Okay.
It's a separatist party that gets elected in government.
Separatist or not, I do not believe that in Canada we should have Islamic tribunals, Greek tribunal. We should. You're in Canada. There's one fucking law for everyone. And if you suggest any, I can't agree with you. That's fucking crazy to me. So with I'm with Blanchette on this one. That's absurd. You can't start doing that.
I'm with anyone that suggests that that shouldn't exist.
Thank you.
To suggest that because he supported this movement that the guy's an Islamist.
Oh no, that's crazy. That's what I said. That's why it's funny. That's why I
you're
said.
taking it a little too far.
Yeah,
You don't know his life.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I'm with you there as well. That's crazy. That's but that's what makes it funny. That's why I said that joke. That's what makes it hilarious. But he could have just said that that's a stupid thing. He could have just attacked the idea.
So he went out. He came out and said, "Look, I invite Mr. Blanchette to come and meet with me, so he can learn who I am and what I've done, so that he can stop these."
I know how to pilot a plane. God damn it!
No, but can you imagine?
What an extremist know how to do that.
The guy comes out, bashes him, and the other guy's like, "Well, come over my office. Let's have a conversation."
But I like that approach.
Blanchette disappears.
But I like that approach. I like that approach for Discord.
What was his last name? Abracadabra?
Algabra.
Oh, okay. Because
Algabra.
if he disappeared, that'd be quite the trick.
Phil, that was a little bit of
But
racist.
Blanchette disappearing.
Yeah, I know. If he disappeared, Blanchette.
Yeah.
What happened? Abracadabra. No, why you just keep saying your name?
Can I ask you a question? Can you explain that to me? So you're telling me that there's a coalition in Canada that wants to set up a tribunal for what? Like instead of following Canadian law?
No, they weren't the ones that wanted it to set up. I don't know what the story. I mean, this goes back to 2004.
But what was the point? I don't care who wanted to set it up. What was the point? They wanted to have laws that are like, oh no, we don't follow these laws. We now follow Sharia law.
I don't know. I haven't. I think this goes back. Do you guys remember the story a while back in Ottawa? There was a father who drove his car into the river with the mom inside and the kids that were Muslim, and it was he had planned it with his son to punish the sister. Or I don't know
I remember the punishing thing.
Remember that? It was in the canal. They drove the car into
like
the
an
Rideau
honor
Canal.
killing.
Yeah, there's been a lot of honor killings in Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think this probably dates back to that. I don't remember, but the years that happened, maybe it was even before. I can't remember. But anyway, this is the first time I read that Ontario had even thought about creating these special tribunals.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Through with it.
Because if you create that special tribunal, then that means that right now, Canadian law, whether you think it's for your honor or not, you can't kill your daughter. So you're telling me they wanted to create a tribunal because they're like, well, now we can't because under this tribunal, it's cool. So she dishonored us. That's fucking insane.
I don't understand. Was it done to better understand? But at the same time, it's like you said, you're in Canada, man. This is the law over here. There's no intermediary tribunal that just because you live in whatever situation, that shouldn't exist. So anyways,
if that exists, we're going to start a Greek one. We're going to start a Greek tribunal under Greek cultural law. I'll tell you for what purpose. So no matter what I do, they're like, bro, it's okay.
I mean, okay.
By the way, just a little side note, honor killings in Toronto I think are so common that all I typed in was honor killings.
And it just filled out Toronto?
It filled out Toronto, yeah. It was one of the suggestions. And it
That's
was
fucked.
I mean, they're either so common or it's listening,
Well, I mean, if people are searching it up quite often.
Maybe they're all related to Toronto Maple Leafs.
Maybe.
People are so ashamed.
I don't understand.
I make a Maple Leaf joke.
So anyway, look, I mean, again, I don't know. There's very little stuff online on this guy and his role in that.
Oh my God.
But I don't think that he initiated this movement. I just think because of the role he had in that organization, maybe he had some role. Maybe he consulted with the government. Maybe because I know that the articles that I read suggest that he was because of the government relations and the public relations that he did because of this position, he was very close to all politicians. He had met them all in Ottawa and obviously in Ontario. And that's the argument that he used to defend himself against Blanchette, saying, "Listen, man, I've had great relationship with all politicians, and especially Gilles Duceppe, who was the former leader of the Bloc Québécois, and we're very
lizard man.
We have a great friendly relationship with him. But again, I mean, I understand everything, and he just took advantage of a situation to kind of punch him in the balls. but I think he may have taken it too far.
So this is two dummies arguing because one is dumb for wanting to have or taking any part in having setting up an Islamic tribunal where there's Islamic laws in another country. I think that's fucking crazy. And this other doofus is an idiot for calling him a terrorist because he was part of that. Because you could be hardcore Muslim and want a tribunal and not be a terrorist, right? Like that's fucking possible too, right? So that's a bit crazy. That's where you lose the argument.
Well, look, it's a thin line, man, because look, even if you're not the one initiated, if you support that decision of the entire government to set up these tribunals, isn't there a problem there? Like Pantelis is like, he's for it. He's like, Pantelis, what the fuck is going on with you?
No,
Like,
I agree asking that question because to me, when I hear shit like this, I think it's fucking absurd. If you bring that up, it's like, then why would you be in Canada? Why would you? It doesn't make sense.
The other question that this brings up is the people that in Justin Trudeau's cabinet that they're like, okay, we need a shuffle. Let's see who we can replace or bring in a new minister or whatever. What kind of vetting happens, man? You didn't see this information. Did you not know about this? I mean, why would you want to raise questions like this?
Wait. So the guy. Oh yeah. So it's Trudeau appointed a transport minister.
There was a shuffle. So he changed the transport minister, became foreign affairs. The guy that was in foreign affairs went to innovation.
So where was this guy before?
Nowhere. He was just a backbencher. He was just elected. He was just sitting in the house. And there was an open seat left in transport, and he put this guy there.
That's kind of funny.
Whatever.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
But this is transport for all of Canada, right?
Yeah, the transport minister, which is it's okay. It's not a big ministry because transport is usually provincial jurisdiction.
I can't wait till next year's transportation ads.
Highways
in Canada, all roads lead to Mecca. That'd be funny. But maybe this guy, maybe he made a mistake in 2004. Maybe he's like, oh, this is a good idea. And then now he doesn't believe in that. You shouldn't call the guy a fucking terrorist without like.
Well, come out and say it. But, the facts are that he did support that movement. So obviously that's very questionable.
Phil supported communism back in the day and he changed. Like Phil supported far right back in the day and people change. People learn and change.
Yeah,
spilled coffee.
That's true.
Yeah, people's added, maybe like if he was an asshole, he's still an asshole, that's one thing. But I mean, his political views, maybe it's like, I mean, talk with the guy. Let's find out. Like, because if he's in there, there's no way Trudeau has him, like, we want to sell the jokes, imaginable. But there's no way Trudeau's putting people in his cabinet who are like, fuck Canada. I doubt that. You know what I mean?
Look,
or you never know, man.
honestly,
Maybe Trudeau's a dummy and he let in an Islamic extremist. I don't fucking know. But at least do some investigating. Don't just call the guy a terrorist.
Well, he also did give. How much money did he give to that guy there?
That's different. That was the court case and shit. That's not because he likes it. That's not because he likes extremists. That's because he doesn't know how to handle himself. But we should find out first, because or else you could call anybody anything, and then it sticks. There should be some kind of due process, no? The guy could come out to be a total piece of shit. I don't know, but shouldn't there be due process?
100%.
There should have. That's why the internet canceling people is an issue, because there's no due process.
Yeah, I mean, I want to find out about this guy. Yeah, okay, 2004, what he said was clearly ridiculous, but let me find out about who he is now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you made the joke about me, and like, if people have approached me, I mean, in conversation, say, well, you once told me this, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, man, if you're going to judge someone based on something they said 8 years ago, first find out if they still stand by that. Because I may have had an opinion based on information, or anyone, not just me, and that changed over time.
Yeah.
Because I had new information. I mean, if I still believe the same shit, yeah, okay, call me out if you disagree. But if I don't anymore, what's the point in bringing it up? Like, okay, I was on a fact-finding mission. I found facts. I'm here now. It's not the same. It doesn't make sense. Unless you're calling to, like, kill people and you still secretly believe it, but you're just, like, not talking about it. I mean, that's different. But again, that's why due process exists.
Yeah, I'd rather they do.
But Pantelis, didn't they try to recruit you in that Golden Dawn thing a while back when they opened that chapter here in Montreal?
No, they never tried to recruit me, which I was a little insulted.
I mean, I would be too if I were you.
I knew people.
Because I remember when Phil, when you released the film there, you did the public screening or whatever.
Yeah.
The one gentleman we know that was involved in that organization was there probably to see what was happening and what was the movie all about.
He wasn't there to be what's happening. He was my date that night. He was my plus one. Yeah, I brought him.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He's one of the best dudes.
By the way, speaking of people change, it's scientifically proven that every 7 to 10 years, people actually completely change. Every cell in your body is replaced.
Shut up. Shut up. But yeah, he's no. I was never
place?
approached. I think people don't want me in their extreme or any parties really.
I'm just laughing because of the way you just shut him down. Shut up. Okay, yeah. Anyways, what we talking about?
No, but I think people don't want me in their parties because first of all, I ask a lot of questions, and people don't like me asking questions. I ask a lot of questions. I'm a question guy. I'm like that 5-year-old. Why? Really? Why? How come this? Why? People don't like that.
It's why you were thrown out of the church candle mafia.
That is why I was thrown out of the church candle mafia. Like, why are you stealing money? Nobody can count. What's going on? Yeah.
Maybe
What do
those guys are
candles
running
cost?
the SQDC.
Candles cost 10 cents.
Yeah, no, I'm just imitating you.
That was me.
Guys, come on. What's the cost of the candle? We don't know yet.
No, the best was they're 10 cents. Like, all right, 10 cents.
Evaluating?
How much we sell them for? Minimum $1, sometimes $2, because we sell them twice. Like, okay, so minimum on every candle, we're making 90 cents. All right, so we're making money off this. No, we owe like $30,000 to the candle people. I was like, how the fuck is that possible? He's like, you don't understand economics. I go, I don't understand economics. Are we selling these candles? Like, yeah, they sell like hotcakes. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? I was freaking out.
And you're not even allowed to bring your own candles.
Is it BYOC, bro? It's not BYOC. Bring your own candles.
No BYOC. They don't have the right license from the government. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you mean they do have the license?
No, they don't. No, it's a separate license for BYOB. Restaurants that have BYOB, they have a specific kind of license.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's two different licenses. One is a liquor license. One is a not liquor license.
I didn't think you needed a liquor license for bring your own booze.
You don't.
You don't.
Poseidon, follow me. You need a liquor license to sell booze. If you don't have it, you get another license that says people can bring booze.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's not really a license. That one's easy.
Yeah.
Openly, right? Like on the street, or so you need a specific. I mean, it's not as complicated to get, but whatever.
Guys,
one's
what's happening now? What's happening now? Because the government, because of the pandemic, allowed, the restaurants that have a liquor license,
Yeah.
to be selling liquor, like delivery kind of thing.
There's
right?
no way
really?
anyone's making money on that. Who's fucking ordering a martini on Uber Eats?
Yeah,
no,
who?
It's because the liquor stores, they close at 8.
Oh,
I
fuck.
mean, just
It
buy
went
your
over
booze
Poseidon's
before.
head.
How badly do you need to get a fucking bottle of wine? Get it before.
It's okay, Poseidon. I feel like you're not listening. You're just hearing words around you and you don't know what's going on.
What just happened?
I was making a joke and Poseidon panicked. Like, because you're like, who's ordering a martini? I'm like, yeah, that's right. Who? And I was going like this.
Oh.
And then Poseidon panicked. He's like, what? He started freaking
Yeah, I
out.
saw you on the
What
replay
button
doing
is
this.
it?
I'm like,
Yeah,
what did I miss?
because I was just like as if I just ordered a martini. It was a joke, but Poseidon just it
Oh,
went over his
okay.
head. He's like, holy shit, what did I do?
No, I'm not all there today, bro. I'm still
You
angry.
traumatized them.
No, I'm still
Anyway.
angry.
I have no words.
I got a jet, but yeah, no. I just thought that I was thinking about it the other day because the liquor store is closed at 8, and maybe the restaurants can profit from that, make some money. But actually, they're not allowed now anyway to send anything after 8 anyway, right?
Okay, because this is the third.
Yeah, they are.
Normally,
They
I
are?
don't stop the show for this, guys. I don't stop the show for this, but because in literally a day and a half, this is the third email that I've received on the subject, so I have to bring it up because I just received another email on this. I've received 2 in French and 1 in English. Poseidon. People are, and I guess everyone watching this, go to Netflix. There's a documentary called Night Stalker. This is the third email in 17 hours that I received for people telling me, please, just to let you know,
Night Stalker, Night
Night
what is it?
Stalker.
Oh, Night Stalker.
Poseidon was Richard Ramirez, the lead investigator in the Night Stalker.
Oh yeah, I
documentary.
got a message.
People
like that too.
keep messaging me that it looks just like Poseidon, and they're laughing. So I had to bring it up. So if you guys are on Netflix, watch Night Stalker. Apparently, Poseidon's in it.
What's the character's name?
Richard Ramirez, I think.
He's an investigator.
Something like that. Let's see what this guy writes.
Seems legit.
Poseidon is the principal enquêteur in the Night Stalker. So either Richard Ramirez is the bad guy, but basically the lead detective in that, I think you see him in the first few minutes, is
Go
fucking
find
Poseidon.
a picture, man. There's probably a picture online.
Yeah, Poseidon, just go to Night Stalker investigator and you'll go to images. That's pretty fucking funny that people keep messaging me if I've seen it because it looks like Poseidon. That's amazing. I love my fucking fans, bro. These guys are badass.
Jill
Yo.
Carrillo.
So, put the music, Poseidon, so that I can plug my homeboys. George Chandrizos, host of the Backstage Podcast, is about to leave us because he needs to get to his real job, what are you doing, George? What are you out there terrorizing people? So George used to go out there and slander innocent Muslims.
Oh my god.
Look at George's face. He's like, I didn't say it. It was the block guy. George's podcast Just Us Dads drops in 50 minutes on YouTube. So as soon as this is done, you have something else to do. It's Just Us Dads. George, what's the topic this week? Oh yeah, fuck, that is him. That's Poseidon. Jesus fucking Christ.
Poseidon, cut to me.
Poseidon, that's you.
I can't find it on.
That's you, bro. Look
His
at that.
name is Gil Carrillo.
Oh, Gil Carrillo.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me Google him. Well, how do you spell that? Gil Carrillo.
Gilcarrillo. Carrillo.
Oh, Carrillo.
Carrillo.
Why'd you
He's
say it like a
Oh,
white
you
person?
misunderstood there, huh? Okay.
Fuck, that is you, bro. No wonder I'm getting messages.
Oh my god.
100%.
Oh my God.
Guys, go to the description. Links for George and Phil's shows are all there. You go to their websites and you link to everything. George is dropping an episode, like I said, in less than 50 minutes. George, what's the topic this week?
Talking about kids with attitude,
Kids with
disobedience,
attitude.
how to,
And how to
deal with
hit
that
them
stuff.
without leaving a mark.
The KWA, huh?
The phone book.
So, how to deal with them?
Yeah, how to deal with that, and how to.
Who do you reference as like a problem solver when you have kids with attitude? Chris Benoit. So, kids with attitude, you're giving tips and tricks and you're telling them what you did with your kids?
Or what we're doing, or the situation that we're going, that we're living through now. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, funny stuff.
So if you have kids and you're curious, go to some experienced kid havers like George and his crew at Just Us Dads. Also, we got Phil. Look at that. Phil, who drops Phil My Whole episodes. Phil, also a man who loves to slander the innocent. Phil just dropped an episode slandering our government, our great and powerful government, for their curfew. Phil has something against rules, evidently. Phil, he's trying to subvert you, all right? Don't fall for Phil's traps. The government is good. Slavery is freedom.
Yeah.
Phil
Work is
Baldanos.
freedom.
Links in the description.
You mean freedom is slavery?
Freedom is slavery, too. Slavery is freedom. Freedom is slavery. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know, whatever.
You know what's gonna happen? You have people that just joined us, not gonna understand any of the irony behind what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, Pantelis loves curfews.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot of people
so
that don't get.
subverting.
That
There's
was
a lot of people that
perfect
don't
timing.
get. I know. There's a lot of people that don't get humor. I've noticed because some of
No,
the
there
messages
is
I
a
received,
ton.
I was like, that is a stupid question to ask. That is a dumb fucking question to ask. Some
I
people
just
don't
got
get.
the most fucking infuriating email right now.
Oh shit.
Like I'm beside myself. I can't focus. I need to address it. Like, but I'm not going to. We're gonna stay. But remember that whole story, George? Are you sticking around or are you going?
I want to hear this story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Remember that whole story with someone leaving trash? Anyone who's watched the show for a while might remember it. Someone left trash at my doorstep.
Oh yeah, that was
a. My door.
Do you remember that you got in so much? You almost
I
fought the
filed
janitor.
I filed a police report. I inadvertently almost committed a hate crime.
Yeah,
Like it was a
inadvertently.
mess. And ever since then, my building manager will not communicate with me. Like will not, just won't communicate with me. Okay.
What was that?
And what?
You didn't hear Poseidon?
No.
No.
I thought I was muted. It was
Oh,
a
no.
laugh.
So the building manager will no longer communicate with me, and I'm getting all these emails from other people. And one of the people from the same company, right, the management company, we got an email yesterday from someone we've never spoken to before, suddenly saying you left because we have like shopping carts in the building to bring stuff up, saying, hey, you're not allowed to leave that in the hall.
Okay.
I mean, context, I brought some stuff up. I came in, I prepared the stuff I had to take out. I mean, it took me a while, but I wasn't going to go back down like I was using it. So we told them, and they're like, oh, okay, no problem. I just got an email now. So I've lived in this building for 7 years. For 4 of those years, I've had kids. For 4 of those years, I've kept my daughter's little like push car that I take her on rides around the neighborhood in my parking spot because it's a parking spot.
That's what it's for.
And no one's ever said anything to me. And the rule has always been you can only leave bicycles and vehicles. And technically, this is a vehicle. This guy now emails me, this cocksucker, and tells me only motorized vehicles.
That's interesting.
Like, this is twice in 24 hours.
Tell him, what am I gonna do? You want me to add a motor to it? It's
Well, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, I'm not even gonna be polite anymore. I'm just gonna reply, suck my dick. Like, I'm not even gonna try anymore. It's harassment at this point.
What's happening with the moving, man? Are you guys still looking for a house?
We're still looking for a place. We're also still trying to sell our condo. So, I mean,
But Phil is very particular. He doesn't when he talks about prices, he's like, I will not budge. I will not budge. So it makes it, there's no budget with Phil.
I've seen where things in my building have sold. My price is fair. So like I'm basing it off the last like 6 sales that have happened. So why would I? Yeah, maybe I will Photoshop a motor.
Take a picture, stick it on it. Yeah.
I'm just going to find every other email that says vehicles and be like, fuck you.
I'm out.
My wife's losing it in the chat. Bye, George.
What'd she say in the chat?
She's like, I'm going to fucking lose it. Because if you guys think I'm a hothead.
Oh, she doesn't know that you got that email.
She probably just heard me say, and she's going to get it now. She's going to see it.
Oh,
Are you fucking serious? I'm going to lose it.
Phil is one thing, but when the real boss gets upset,
dangerous,
there's
Anna's
going to be
dangerous.
problems. Yeah. That's what I said. I said when the real boss gets upset, there's going to be problems.
All right, ciao, boys.
I mean,
later, bro.
Bye, George guy.
Because unlike you, Phil, unlike you, she knows how to fucking take her negative energy and attack people with it. She is a Greek lady.
No, you're actually very backwards. Normally, Anna's first to react, first to get upset, first to like tell someone off.
Good.
It's when you upset me that you're in trouble, because if you've actually upset me, I mean, you've pushed it too far, because I'm pretty easygoing. I'm not actually as hot-headed as I come off as.
No, bro. You cannot compare to a Greek lady scorned.
No such thing. I haven't seen the email. Shit, she hasn't seen the email.
She will put them in a vice.
That's true.
And crush them.
What was that Greek saying though?
Oh God,
ancient Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
women, fire, and the ocean. Three things to fear.
Yeah, 3 things to fear. The biggest dangers to man.
Speaking of Greek, I'm also insulted because the management company, after everything that happened, now all of a sudden there's some Greek guy emailing me. They're like, yo, send the Greek guy in. Maybe he can mitigate this damage.
This is the racism I like. This is the fun racism.
Yeah.
Communicate with your people.
But I'm gonna fuck them over because I'm gonna bring him to the right side of this.
I hope it's a fake name. Like it's just a guy who's not really Greek. He's like, yes, I am Nicholas Stavrakomatikakis.
No, his name is too uncommon to be fake. It's a real name.
He says it on all broken. Stavrakomatikakis?
Yeah, I'm like, Sagrak, bro.
By the way, have you heard Australian Greeks speak Greek?
Yeah. I follow a couple of them. It's very, very weird.
Yeah. It's CEO of Malakis Many on Instagram.
Yeah. How does people know who I follow on Instagram?
Oh, I found
we all follow the same shit.
Did I share her stuff? Yeah.
No, I found her through. Excuse me, are you Greek?
That's where I saw her. That's where I followed her.
When they had done the
yogurt
with
the tzatziki.
Tizaikai.
Yeah, that fucking.
Oh man, I was like,
I thought that guy was joking.
No, he was serious, bro. Tizaikai.
I've never had tzatziki.
Yeah, there was a food guy. They do food stuff on the internet, and I guess he never tried tzatziki. And he's like, it's pronounced Tizaikai, or whatever the fuck he said, and then every Greek on the planet fucking shrugged. Tizaikai. Tzatziki. Yeah.
Tzatziki. I mean, how do you even pronounce that? It's like, my name is Umfafa. Like,
yo, my friend.
Ever heard those names? Those like consonant names from Africa?
My buddy Preach knows certain stuff to say with clicks in it.
Really?
Yeah, certain African stuff with clicks.
I only know one word with a click. It's clickbait.
No, but he knows how to, and he knows the difference between the click and the. He was telling me on the last podcast. Fucking crazy, bro. That's something. Yeah, he didn't learn it at home. He's interested in a lot of different like cultural stuff, music and all that. So he learns different artists, different stuff. So he found that it's crazy.
Click languages are interesting.
Yeah, super interesting.
How do you even fucking develop that?
I don't know. Languages.
It's like
language
weird.
is
interesting too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, so Phil,
anyway,
so now
whatever,
you got trouble. You got trouble at the home front.
Yeah, there's trouble in the borderlands.
So they're mad, if I understand correctly, because your baby stroller is blocking someone's parking.
No, it's not a baby stroller. It is about this big. Okay. It is a little tiny unmotorized Mini Cooper that goes vroom 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 when you press it, and it has a handle, and I push my kid around in it.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a ride-along car.
And it is blocking people's parking spot?
Oh my God! I just had the greatest idea.
What?
He said motorized vehicles. I'm just going to take a video of it and I'm going to press the engine sound and be like, bro, I don't see what the problem is.
No, I mean, that's just back and forth of, nice email, but you
good burn, bro.
Yeah. No, you got to so it's basically because it's in this parking spot.
It's in my parking spot, but I mean, it's not jetting out of my parking spot. It's not in the way of anyone, and it's not new. It's been there forever.
Is it perhaps unseemly?
No, it's really cute.
I mean,
there's some unseemly stuff in my basement. Some people do some stuff. Phil, you need to buy a house. Yeah, no, I know, dude. I'm working on it. Thank you.
It's
in
our
Barack.
spot.
We don't all have a fucking 6-figure retirement bonus from the American government, okay, to buy just houses.
God damn it, Barack Obama, still getting paid.
God damn it. And a Nobel Prize for fucking when they do the background check.
A Nobel Prize, that was the funniest fucking thing.
And a
he
book-
starts a new war, you get a Nobel
Fuck
Peace Prize.
Brassard.
And a book deal and back end deals and
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people have been trying to get me to move to Brassard.
I can't do it. I really don't like Brassard. Like, I won't shit on it as hard as I used to, but it's nuts.
He's nuts. Yo, okay, so don't worry, Phil. I mean, you'll get past this. We can talk after the show. I got some ideas.
No, there's nothing to do here. It's just that they're actually going out of their way to bust my balls now.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you make enemies with the governing people. You got to be ready to go all out. You can't go halfway.
I went to the fucking cops. I made my report.
But
I
that
made
was
a
for that
complaint to the-
problem. Now you got to go even
no,
further.
same problem. I went to the fucking board of my building,
Yeah.
and those fucking spineless pawns did nothing.
There you go.
Like, this is clearly an issue.
Now you got to document all this, and then you file a new
It's all
case.
documented, yeah.
A new case for overall harassment.
I'm gonna fucking...
And say and say that when
that's
you see them in
terrible.
person, they keep dropping N-bombs on you.
What?
We never said that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
I'm
did.
not
and-
black.
I have a few other solutions. to
Well,
this as
that's not for that's neither here nor there, Phil, and that's not for you to decide. Society's going to dictate what you are, apparently.
Yeah,
What if
you
I
identify?
identify as
Yeah,
black?
there you
don't
go.
know.
There you go, Phil. So Poseidon,
See.
you were very upset this morning. Did you tell them why?
Yeah, I told him about the ticket.
So he got a ticket. He told me as soon as I walked in because he parked in a charging station.
Mhm.
Is that illegal now?
Yes, it's meant for electric cars. There's a sign that says that. We talked about it before you came
Every
into the show.
car is electric.
I'm not going to do this with you right now.
Poseidon, every car is electric right now. Unless you have some fucking old car with no computers in it, every car is electric.
It's true.
Does that sign specify anything other than that?
The battery is electric.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does it specify anything else, that sign?
I don't know. I'm gonna go take a look.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I'll tell you it doesn't. It has a green little car. It does not specify the other details. You can fight this in court, sir.
Interesting.
Yeah. I should represent you. Number one, it says to charge my car. That's exactly what I did. I put it there, let her recharge. She needed to calm down a bit. I recharged my batteries upstairs. She recharged hers downstairs. Got back into it, went to work. You guys decided to ticket me. Racism. I got this. Open and shut case. I'm with you. We're going to fight this.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to fight this.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, we're going to fight this. And you tell me, because you know when they say you have to prove it or whatever, prove to me, show the car, prove to me that my car is not electric. Prove that, how the fuck does this shit run? Prove to me there's no electricity going through my car right now. Your Honor, I rest my case. Yeah. And then for no reason, you start yelling objection. All right, acquitted. Objection! Wait, no, I just said acquitted. I object that too. Let the record show that I have objected everything. I object to this mock trial. Yeah. Phil, you okay? You look sad. Oh, you're looking at the email.
I'm answering my email right now.
Oh, don't. You're just gonna.
No, I'm just like I'm. There's nothing that doesn't fit this description in my spot. That's it.
But what an asshole! Who gave you a ticket for parking there? That's so stupid.
Bro, and the worst part is I hadn't seen anyone get a ticket.
You
for
were the guinea
past-
pig.
For the past couple of months, bro. I've been walking by it. People have been parked there day and night, Day and night. No tickets.
Day and night.
Day and night. No tickets. I wake up, bro, ticket. And the guy in front of me, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, here's the thing. I'm all for, we're moving forward as a society, right? The future is, in a way, electric
Female.
cars. What?
Go on.
What?
That's what they say. They say the future is female.
Really?
Yeah. You haven't heard that? The future is
Never
female.
heard this.
Never heard this.
No.
Yeah. Some bullshit chicks tell each other. But yeah, go on.
That's why I probably haven't heard about it.
But I expected that one. Yeah, it might not be on stage, guys, but I'm going to get it up.
So, I'm all for implementing charging stations and all that. I'm all for, the future. But, like, in some places, I understand why it could be mandatory, like outside of office buildings, you know what I mean? But outside of a building that nobody owns an electric car, it's not popular yet. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you're arguing something stupid. I don't care whether it's popular or not, and I don't care whether you like electric cars or not. What I'm saying is you're going to fight the parking thing.
Yeah.
That they just decided that on that spot, only people with electric cars can park there.
Yeah.
First of all, tell them, what is this? Segregation? What's next? Only people with blue cars, red cars. Where does it end, Your Honor? You have to be, dude, if you do this, you have to go all out. You have to be ready.
Yeah.
You have to be confident.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Your Honor, do I have to also ride the back of the bus? What is happening? What happened to our free society where I can park anywhere? In Greece, people park inside bus stops, sir.
They do?
Yeah, you never been to Athens, bro.
I've never
they
seen
park
that.
wherever the fuck they want, bro.
Oh, I know it's a shit show, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw the funniest thing I ever saw was a guy parked in a bus stop. You know the bus stops how they are here? Look at where there's a thing over you so you could sit.
Yeah.
So in Greece, in Athens, it's open in the middle. They don't have the glass in front. And there's just a little car. You have the small car. It's just a little car inside. Like a guy's like, I'm here now.
To his balls.
To his balls.
Man, I realized it was insane. The first day I was in Athens, I think the crosswalk sign came on, like, the pedestrian. I tried to cross, and this guy almost hit me, and then he honked at me.
Yeah, by the way, Kevin said something. He said, you're literally arguing getting a ticket in a parking zone where they said don't park. Just don't park where they tell you not to park, and you're not going to get tickets. He is right about that. You did park somewhere.
Yeah, no, obviously, but I wasn't expecting... Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I was expecting.
But with the new legislation that the mayor is trying to push, you're not going to be able to park anywhere. Unless you have a bicycle.
New legislation.
Look, we were always heading down that path, right, towards electric cars. It's just that forcing something when it inconveniences the majority of your population.
There you go. That
doesn't make sense. Do it in incremental steps. Do it when it makes sense, when the technology is available and affordable to us. Don't be like, get electric cars, you animals.
It's not even but in this case, it's like your
I'm
car
so
is
fucking agitated, man. I'm sorry.
Your car is electric. It doesn't say what it says. An electric car. Your car is electric. All our cars are electric. It's just that it doesn't run just on electricity. But that's not what the sign says. The sign says your car is there's electricity running through your car. You have a fucking battery. You got a goddamn screen.
That's a very interesting argument.
It's a very good argument. It's an asshole argument. It's an argument that the judge can be like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" But what do you want? What would I tell you, Your Honor? Not only does my car need to recharge sometimes, I got to recharge my batteries too. And where better to recharge it than parking right in front of my house? Very comfortable for me. I feel super recharged after that. I don't have to walk 3 blocks to get to my car. Your Honor, what do you have against people living a peaceful life and parking close to their house?
Shit. Me and Anna both answered at the same time to the email. We didn't communicate. Shit.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't. She's the right one. You're the wrong one. You're on a fucking show. You shouldn't be sending out that email. She's doing the right thing. She figured he's busy.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, my reply was better.
Was her reply more political?
No, she was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, that's a way better reply.
I mean, I said that also, but
Yeah.
with other things. I'm sorry. Like, this fucking... Guys, think about it. You live somewhere and the people who you pay... I mean, you don't have to think about it, guys. My existence at the condo right now, my experience, is a microcosm of society. The people that I pay to help me take care of shit have turned on me and are imposing their will upon me.
Yes.
If that's not what's happening, I don't know what is.
Well, aren't you part of the condo board? Isn't every condo...
No, I'm not. I'm not.
But isn't every... Like, you own a condo there, right?
I'm not on the board of directors. I'm technically a member of the co-owners, but like we haven't had a proper general assembly in forever because of COVID.
Hold on.
So everything it's all emergency measures, man.
Does anyone in your building that you know of own more than one condo in that building?
Yes. Yes.
How many people?
Many, actually.
Many. Oh, so you don't have any voting power. Because I was going to say you have...
No,
because I was going to say you have just as much as anyone else, but evidently, no.
No, it's bullshit. It's not a direct democracy. It's by square footage.
What?
You, like, depending on how much square footage you have, your vote measures for more.
Whoa, that's what the fuck,
it's
bro?
Bullshit.
You joined the only fucking communist condo unit in Canada.
Actually,
What did you do?
All condos are like that.
I don't think so.
I mean, if you own more than one, I mean, it's not per square foot, like per the square foot. I mean, if you have one condo or two and you merge it, it's square footage. That's what counts.
No, because now you're mixing two things up. It's the fact that you have two condos, not the fact that your condo is bigger. Like if you have a 4.5 and a 5.5.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Sorry. So it's how many condo units you own.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that makes more sense.
Which technically is, anyways, I'm not going to argue semantics. You're right.
But get together with some other people.
My vote is useless. I'd have to rally all the proletariat in my building.
Are they with you? Do people like you in your building? Are you well liked, well known?
I think people. I don't know if people know me. The people that do know me like me. Like I have good conversations with my neighbors.
There you go.
A lot of the neighbors that I've known who were there from the beginning when we moved in have now left, like recently.
Because of you?
So, I mean, yes, you caught me. No, because they moved to houses.
Okay, so dude, rally
they have
the troops, get together, and go fight this thing.
I think I have a lot of bitch asses in my building who would be scared to speak against anything. That's my fear, that no one will stand with me. Because even when it happened, and I told a few people in the building, they're like, don't stress out. Just, you're selling, you're leaving, who cares, you know?
Oh, man, I
was like, how can you stand for this?
I'm the complete opposite.
Me too. Like, some men want to watch the world burn. Fine. Okay, maybe that's not me, but right now that's me. Like, I'm pissed off. Fucking angry.
It's so. I wish there was video of you handling things and then me handling things. You're like, what? Why? What's going on here? Then me, shut the fuck up. I'm very surprised that that no one's like made any formal bigger complaints against me. I've told how many people, Poseidon, to go fuck themselves in my building in front of people coming in front of people that live there. The second anybody brings any kind of attitude in my building, Poseidon, what are you doing?
No, nothing. I was looking at something. Sorry.
Focus on your job, bro.
Yeah.
I've only ever told one person in my building, like spoken aggressively to them and with like curse words, and that was that building manager, because I was like, you're fucking lying to me and I know it.
Oh no, me, I'm polite to everyone. The second you pull you can't do that there, you can't. Shut the fuck up. And you would be surprised how quiet they get. Nobody expects that.
Most adults are not used to being told to shut the fuck up. Yeah. So when it happens, they're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, there's always, it feels like a slap in the face. They're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then the second they go to start again, shut the fuck up. What part of that don't you understand? Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Most insulting,
and they're like, all right.
As a grown man, the most insulting thing that can happen to you, I think, and I've done it to someone once, and you could see them just shrink on themselves. I got into an argument with the building manager ages ago, and he said something dumb to me, and I looked at him and I pointed at him, I'm like, no, just no.
How is that insulting? I would laugh at you if you did that to me. No.
But he all of a sudden just
get the fuck out of here, Woody Allen.
I was like, no. Like, I treated him like a child.
Oh man, I always ask though. If people ask too much, they get too personal. I tell them, do we know each other? What are we, friends? Get the fuck out of here. You know? Who are you to talk to me? I don't know you. You gotta be straight, bro. You gotta be fucking hard with these people, or else they walk all over you.
I mean, I've been straight with them. I've made complaints. Like, nothing is leading to anything. And I've also done some digging on the company itself, like their reviews. Yeah. And I found a lot of reviews that are accusing them of exactly
similar situation.
Yeah, Phil scolds people sometimes. Yeah,
well,
but only grown men.
You say you've been very straight with them, but that no was
not straight.
Yeah,
I mean, that was after. Yeah, it was pretty not straight. I see what you mean. But that was after everything had escalated, right? Like, we had crossed the threshold where I was being civilized.
No, be nice to be polite, but don't let people walk all over you. Like the second you see someone is I don't know, trying to treat you like they're better than or whatever the fuck. No, tell them to go fuck themselves. Cut their legs off right there. Don't let people walk all over you guys. This is a message to everyone. Don't let that happen. Because you allow that to happen on your daily basis. You're gonna allow it to happen in your relationships. You're gonna allow it to happen at work. You're gonna allow it to happen with the government. Don't allow that shit to happen. You're a human being. Your life has value.
I mean, I told somebody off this
like
morning.
Network. Remember Network? I'm a human being, goddammit. My life has value.
I haven't seen that movie.
I know you haven't seen that movie, but I'll get to it. It's a very good movie. Okay. But yeah, you have value as don't let people take you and then shrink you down, or don't let them do that. They do that because they're insecure. That's why they do it. And they go over you and they try
It's not always about insecurity. Sometimes it's literally about tripping on the small power.
Sure, tripping on power, yeah. It's
small people, little people.
Power is addictive.
Who are given a tiny bit of power, they go nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you're managing a condo. Get your shit together. You're power tripping for managing a condo.
Because then you know what they do? They get in your head. If you believe it for 1 second, all it takes is 1 second, then you start doubting yourself. You'll go, did I do wrong? Don't let them. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're wrong, you were adults. Like, I fucked up. All right, let me fix this. You know, it's different. Like, if Phil did something, he'd be like, all right, I'm wrong. I shouldn't put my garbage in my parking spot. For example, if it was trash. Okay, he gets it.
I mean, yeah, if I'm wrong, if someone's put something in my spot and it needs to be removed, I'll remove it.
But when you know you're right, don't let them do that to you. You don't have to swear like me, but fight back in the sense that don't let them walk all over you. Don't let them turn you into something this big. You are better than this. You have everybody has the same, like, what value you think I have or what he has, you have the same fucking value. You're all human fucking beings. Don't let them walk all over you. Jesus Christ.
I just noticed. I looked up at the stream replaying next, like I have it side by side,
Yeah.
so I can see the chat, and I saw the background footage that I had put. It's the first time I noticed that you changed the background footage on the morning show. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, you had given it to me. It's a nice little.
I know. I've never noticed it because I saw the Five Roses sign in the background.
Oh, very nice.
It looked good. It looked good.
Yeah, don't let. Because I get upset when I hear shit like this. I get upset when I see things like this, like people.
I'm frustrated, man. Like I've done everything I was supposed to do properly. Then I did everything that I could do that was aggressive, but still properly. And I'm still having this issue. Like I'm tired of dealing with it. Fuck. And the problem is the reason we haven't moved because everyone's like, just move. Like the market is so disgusting right now.
Market's weird.
Like the houses that are available in areas that I would like to live that we can afford, obviously. I mean, if I had limitless funds, I would have moved. But like they're so run down and overpriced. Like I can't in good conscience leave my condo and go live there while I do renovations with 2 kids. It doesn't make sense.
Don't worry, bro. Man, I got a guy. I got a guy.
I know. I have the same guy.
I'll find you a house. Pantelis, it's funny because even Dirty 4 I see just commented. I don't know if Claudio is running that account, but fucking Claudio too, man. Back in the day, him too. I had to fucking shake him out of it. He was getting bullied by clowns. He was getting bullied by fucking dummies that were acting like they were fucking better than him, and he was legitimately getting bullied as a fucking adult. And I lost my fucking shit. Yeah, you don't let people. No. Don't look at Poseidon. Like Poseidon's getting paid. He has a job. He's fucking around. He's having fun. It's different stage bullying, you know, just like how you don't.
Yeah.
And real life.
It's
Like
just some people can't make
Claudio.
the difference.
some people can't make. It is Claudio. Yeah, bro. Claudio knows, bro. Claudio, I had to fucking shake him out of it. I had to fucking mentally smack him so he could wake up a bit and not take shit from assholes.
Yeah, no. In real life, I've been very good at that.
Yeah. Don't let it, guys. I'm telling you, especially now, people are depressed. It's sad. It's easy for people to try to manipulate you to put you down. That's because they don't feel good. There's something wrong with them.
I actually used to.
You're not gonna fix everyone. Just fucking look out for yourself. Be powerful.
I actually used to smack around some managers, and not literally.
Yeah, no. That's what you have to
mean,
do.
you
And
know?
I'm not saying fight with it. I'm not saying if your manager tells you off, you have to flip out. You know,
No, I
deal
mean,
with it
like-
in that context. Be like, look, man, just calm down. Why are you
Yeah.
overdoing it? Just
No,
calm the
like
fuck
some
down.
injustice stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes they try to pin something on you when it wasn't your fault. Try to get you know.
Yeah, no, stuff like that. Yeah,
trouble
you
and shit.
stand up for
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Just don't let it, because I see it happen in a lot of different facets in my life. I've seen people that just take it, and then I get frustrated. Then I have to step in. Like, don't allow it.
It's like this morning also when I stopped at the gas station. Stop at a gas station.
Stop at a gas station.
And
when
the
you
guy-
yelled at the guy.
Yeah, I yelled at the guy, bro, because they have this stupid rule. I don't know if I told you the four people maximum in the
Yeah.
gas station.
Is that for every gas station?
I don't know, but it's this one that I go to because it's on my way, right? And the guy made me wait almost 5 minutes because he was yelling at the extra guy that walked in, and the guy pretended he couldn't hear him. So when the guy's done, makes me wait almost 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, I know. You told me this already. We went through this today while I came in.
Oh, but I didn't say it on the show, I think.
Oh, go on.
Oh, yeah. And then the guy goes, yeah. And he turns around, makes me wait almost 5 minutes, goes, yeah, people pretending they can't hear. Oh, yeah, but it's fucking cold, first. And second, that rule is fucking stupid, bro. Before it was okay, more than 4 people, now it's not.
Yeah, one day the next.
And the guy just froze. He didn't know what to say.
You didn't agree with him. It would have been if you had just paid right away and left.
Yeah.
He didn't have to deal with the other guy, because then as soon as you leave, they're back to 4.
Yeah.
He spent more time with more than 4 people in there.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. People just, they don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's this whole power trip authority. They have a bit of authority. Oh, now I can tell who gets to stay in, who gets to stay, you know? And they
Yeah,
What's
I mean, if
crazy
they
is-
overdo it, it's different. But I'd be like you. Like if I was there, if I was working and one guy came in and you're paying, you're about to leave. Like, yeah, whatever. This is gonna be 4 right now.
You know-
like it's not a big deal.
You know what's crazy? I think people don't even realize they do this power trip thing. I've noticed it with a family member of mine, and I confronted this person, and they don't even realize that they do it subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think they even realize it.
it's fun. Anywho, Phil, you look sad. What's the matter?
He answered me. That's why.
Oh God,
I'm not sad. I'm
Angry?
Fucking livid.
What did he say? He said, "Stop talking
Said,
shit
"Oh,
about me on your show."
He said there's a red toy car. It needs to be removed, or it will be removed.
What?
Right? So I was
Oh my
like,
God.
he goes, it's not motorized, so it doesn't count. I answered, I'm like, since when does it have to be motorized? On whose authority and who decided this? It's been there since 2016. Why is it a problem today, this morning?
You should have. You forgot to ask the extra question. Who is authorizing you to remove it from my parking property?
You know, the best part about this whole story is, it's not even in a common space. I actually own the parking spot. I own it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's part of my mortgage.
That's what I'm saying. So who is when he says we're gonna remove it? So you're gonna step into my property and steal shit? Tell him you're openly telling
I'm
me.
gonna call the cop.
Yeah,
I answered very nicely, but like clear, just because I want them to make a mistake now, so that I can tell them, look, if that
they
thing
made a mistake as soon as he said, or else it will be removed. They made a mistake.
Yeah, well, let's see how deep he can dig his hole. I also asked on whose authority, like who's giving you the authority to email me? Who are you?
The Queen. Yo, speaking of
If
the
he's
Queen,
an enemy of the Queen.
I heard the Queen got vaccinated.
Yeah, she did. Her and the fucking the whatever he is now. Not the prince. Is he a prince? Her husband.
No, there's
fucking the crypt keeper.
Yeah, I don't know what these names never make any sense to me. So there's a queen and she has a husband, right?
He's not king.
But he's not king.
He's not king because a female. I actually looked this up recently with Anna because we were watching The Crown. Basically, a king can make a queen. So if someone is king, he's the next in line to be king, and he marries a woman and he dies, she's queen.
Okay.
But a female queen, a female monarch, cannot give her title to her husband because that would make him higher up in the hierarchy than her, and he is not a blood heir. It's weird.
That actually, you know what? That makes fucking sense.
It makes a bit of sense, and very like as much as the monarchy makes sense, I guess. It's still bullshit.
So right now, what about her kids?
Her kids, I mean, Big Ears. What's his name?
Big Ears is her son, eh?
Big Ears is her son. He's the next king.
So when she dies, he becomes king.
He's the heir apparent, but I'm pretty sure at this point he's gonna like let that pass on to his oldest son.
But they're getting a king.
I mean, they're gonna get a king next. Yeah, it's gonna be Slick Willie there.
They're getting a king, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna have a king. I mean, if she ever fucking dies.
Yeah, she seems to be unkillable.
She's the longest reigning monarch in history, no?
I don't know. I never looked into that. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I do think it's fucking.
Monarchy, like,
I think it's stupid. I hate the monarchy, but I think it is going to be cool that someone's going to call himself the King of England.
But
that's fucking crazy.
It does make for great television. Like the show, The Crown, is actually really fun to watch.
I've never watched it. It doesn't seem like
it goes through history and you see real current events as they unfolded, but it also has their side stories. It's interesting. But as the monarchy, like, I don't give a shit. If we could abolish the monarchy in Canada, I'd be down in a heartbeat. If that was something people wanted, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, I know in Quebec, we're not big fans of the monarchy. We don't like having a royal family dictate anything to us.
Makes sense.
I don't know how the rest of Canada feels because I know, like, I remember the Winnipeg Jets. They used to have a picture of the Queen in the arena and stuff. So the rest of Canada might love the monarchy. I don't know.
They do actually. When the prince had come a few years back, they were like,
why? For what reason?
They were like super happy they were here and shit.
Yeah, people like royals. They're like, oh my god, they're royal. Like me, I personally, I'm that guy. I don't like kingship. I don't like anyone over you. I'm a freedom guy. I'm a real democracy guy, not this fucking. Oh look, the blessed king has arrived.
You're a Greekster, bro.
I'm a Greekster. Yeah, I don't like that shit.
I mean, think about how many kings Greece had and how fast they got ousted in succession in like 20 years. Like, king, no king. Oh, no king. Okay, no king. But you are going to need a king. We're going to send you a new king. All right.
Yeah, Greeks are always like,
money.
Yeah,
no more king.
Yeah, send him over. It sounds like a good deal. And then every time he'd come, like, get the fuck out of here right now. Get the fuck out.
Ridiculous.
That's my money now. Thank you.
I mean, I've been reading this book. What the fuck is the title? It's the history of the Greek Revolution. Like, it's fucking 700 pages. It's so interesting because it's doing a lot of the prologue, right? What led to the revolution.
Okay.
And I figured, with this being 200 years since the Declaration of Independence in Greece, I was like, I'm going to read this fucking book. It seems interesting.
It's supposed to be a big year.
It was just talking. What?
It's supposed to be a big year. The Prime Minister had said that they're planning big stuff.
Yeah, they're planning all kinds of stuff, but COVID's really putting a fucking damper on everything. But it's so interesting to see how, like, the movement was born just like almost by accident.
Apparently, they didn't even have Twitter back then.
No, they had no Twitter. All they had was like Greek merchants, right?
Carrier
were traveling
pigeons.
through Europe. I don't know. It's pretty fucking interesting. I don't know why I brought it up. It's an interesting read.
It's tonight or today. It's probably available. WandaVision comes out on Disney Plus. Nobody cares, just me. It's the only show that Marvel makes that I care about.
It seems kooky as fuck, so I'm down.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. By the way, movie night, Poseidon, I have decided now, just so that we don't push it, because 2 Drink Minimum is the show that we have to be doing at night for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna move movie nights to Saturday at 6, so that
Why? Curfew.
just to avoid. It's mostly for Poseidon to avoid having him out in the streets too much after curfew. I don't want him. He's a magnet for tickets and trouble.
He is. He is.
So
he is.
yeah, I
And
don't want.
gonorrhea.
I don't want to risk it. Like I don't want to be selfish. So we'll just do
No, I mean, they don't even care about the paperwork anymore. They're just ticketing whoever they find.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to risk it. So we're gonna move it to Saturdays at 6 p.m. Sound good?
Yeah,
All right.
that's good with me.
All right.
Saturday. Let's see.
but
2
it's-
episodes are up. Gigi says.
Wanada Vision. You mean Wakanda Vision? Is that a
Hey,
different
Gigi,
one?
Gigi, do you still work in the adult film industry?
Are you still a pornographer?
He was pornographer adjacent.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm curious about what's happening with
Support
the adult
staff
film
for the
industry.
pornographers.
I've been watching Deuce on HBO with James Franco.
Mhm.
I'm at season 2, and that has to do a lot now with in the 70s, the porn industry. It's very interesting.
That is interesting.
Just the evolution of things, like pimps and how pimps felt. Like you're sad for them when massage parlors open. I was like, where the pimps gonna go? And like the pimp's like, no, there's a rule here, no pimps, bro. You gotta wait outside. He's like, what? And now the pimp's out in the street. What am I gonna do?
No way.
It's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Anna just went hard.
Aren't you Uda Pantelis?
Udea.
I am, and I did get credits for Uda.
No, he's not Udea. He's Utseka,
Utseka.
the Albanian Liberation Army.
Ew. I have received. What I get a credit for that French stand-up that I
Yeah,
did?
yeah. You are Udea, no? You're
Yeah.
like a apprentice Udea, or whatever it's
yeah.
called.
And then I got credit for the District 31 cameo for
District
5 seconds.
31.
Yeah, District 31. It's like Quebec's big.
Oh
cop
yeah,
show.
I remember you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got but I don't know what it does. Like I don't even know where to check out my stuff. Like I have my when you get paid and shit, they tell you got this.
You got
credit.
you got like a. I think you have like a portal you can sign into. I'm not sure how Udea works. I know how Access works more.
I have no.
I mean,
idea.
not Access. Sorry, Actra.
I have no idea. I do have a photo
don't know.
shoot next week, but it's not Udea.
Are you gonna be chasing butterflies again?
I think it's some breakfast thing. I don't know what it is. No. This one they're not paying enough to show my face.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my body.
I mean, as far as I know, the rules for like recordings are open. Like we can still operate, preferably before curfew. If it needs to be after curfew, there's a whole bunch of fucking hoops you need to jump through.
For
'Cause
us?
remember you asked me for something the other day? You asked me for somewhere with aisles. I won't say more about
Oh
it.
yeah.
So I found somewhere that I know someone who has access to a grocery store.
Oh, okay. We
The
could work with
problem
that.
is they're only closed because they're always open, right?
Yeah.
And they're only available at night. And
Oh, we can
there's
film.
too many curfew issues involved. They didn't even want to. Like I spoke to them briefly.
Oh really? Because I have my papers.
Yeah.
I have my attestation because we're allowed to do the.
I told them that. I
captation.
go, we're allowed to do it. It's fine. They're like, yeah, but we're still gonna get police presence. We're still gonna have to deal with it, and I just don't want to deal with it. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
man. Like, think about it. I understand.
Okay.
But yeah,
What time do they open?
they open early, 9.
Okay, so why don't we go film at
There you
5
go.
a.m.?
I mean, I guess in principle we could. Look, it seemed to me like they weren't down just in general. But
Okay, but tell
I'll
them if
ask
they
again.
want, we could do a 6 to 8 because you
But,
it's
but it's
very
groceries.
short.
It's a grocery store because you said you didn't want. A grocery
I know, but
store?
I could work it in. See if they can. If not, we're gonna find another alternative.
Okay, because we can't be in a grocery store. Like, if they allowed us to shoot, let's say hypothetically, while they're open,
Yeah.
we can't be shooting with no masks while people are shopping with masks.
No, we
It
have to
doesn't
keep
work.
taking. No, we're not going to shoot while people
Yeah.
are in there. I wouldn't do that.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
Just to keep everyone up to date, because we're confused. Movie night has moved until this curfew's over. It is not tonight. Movie nights will now take place Saturdays at 6 p.m. to keep Poseidon
sense.
out of the streets during
Yeah.
curfew.
Because
I'm a
if he's out
danger
there,
in
he
these
belongs to
streets.
the streets.
'Cause he belongs to the streets. So movie nights will be Saturday. So you'll get to watch Poseidon's show at 4. And then Poseidon, you have that time in between to clean the studio and fucking get ready. And then we can do
Yeah,
a
and
movie
you're already
night.
here.
Yeah, and you're already here.
Yeah.
And then that way on your way.
And Sundays, right after curfew, you get your hole filled.
Oh, yeah, you get your whole fill. So Sundays, you got my show at 4.
Right after curfew.
Yeah, and speaking of shows, Phil, so what I told you, it motivated you? You're excited
Which part?
to do the thing that I'm planning on doing?
I'm always down. I just all this COVID stuff is getting in the way of things, and it's starting to just get frustrating.
It is,
Like,
but
it's hard to do stuff.
It's going to play a major theme in the thing.
Okay,
It's going to play a theme. So at least...
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
down. You know, I'm always DTF. I'm always down to film.
You better be down, Phil, because this is going to be the next big thing that we do on this channel.
Final countdown.
Ba-da-now-now.
There it is.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. You know I was going to do it. So check out Phil. Links are in the description. Fill My Hole comes out every Sunday. Phil's out there filling gaping crevices all around town. And sometimes he also does a podcast. So Phil Balabanos, link in the description. You could also hire Phil. Phil's actual job is making commercials, making shows, photo shoots, that sort of thing. He's a professional filmographer, filmstorian, Filmosaurus Rex.
I like that.
Filmalucious. So hire Phil if you want him. Phil, balabanos.com, that's what it is.
Balabanos.com.
Balabanos.com. So you can check out his podcast.
Get your videos on, bro. Are you guys DTF? Are you down to film? Let's do it.
That's what he says. The old thing used to be like, are you DTF? And girls are like, what are you talking about? He's like, are you down to film? Because I need someone. They're like, oh, I misunderstood.
By that he meant porno.
Yeah.
No,
Always.
never meant porno. It's
Oh,
the one thing
he's
I've
never shot an adult film in his life.
No, obviously, I was just.
Rumor has it Phil has never even seen an adult film. His wife is in the chat.
Like
sir.
what? Like PG-13?
Doesn't know what an adult film is. All
I'm just
right.
too busy going hard on the company right now. The emails should just send with like fucking.
So yeah, guys, movie night will take place tomorrow. Today there's going to be a Pantelis podcast. I don't know if I'm going to go live with it. I might go live with it too. For the patrons, if I go live, it's only for Patreon. Everybody else gets it on Monday. There's a new episode that went live yesterday that's still available to patrons in French, the French cast with the Canadian gangster Olivier Aubin Mercier. Today he flew to Puerto Rico for his training for the pro fights that are coming up. So, because they don't let him train here, so he had to fly to Puerto Rico. Very, very angry about flying to Puerto Rico. He wanted to train here. He is a product of Quebec. He wanted to do all his training in Quebec, but the government wouldn't let him. So he was forced to fly
Fucking government.
to the third world. So he's in Puerto Rico doing his training. So that episode is up in French right now. The live stream is up still on Patreon. And later tonight, the updated HD version will be up for the patrons. And everybody else is going to get it whenever the fuck they get it. So thank you guys for checking us out. 2 drink minimum every Monday. New episode Wednesday comes up everywhere. If you want to watch it live, it's Monday nights at 8 p.m. on the 2 drink minimum channel. Patreon.com/Pantelis is where you go to join the Pantelis Nation. That's where you get exclusive podcasts that are only available on Patreon. That's where you get everything first. That's where you get exclusive live streams, the place to be. Plus, you get access to the Patreon-only Discord. It's got certain channels that are available. Movie night is only available to patrons. And it's just a lot of fun. So join the Discord, which is free. Join the Patreon. And thank you, guys. Go fuck yourselves.
Zlovy
Stay home or
Dunya.
the government will get you.
Zlovy Dunya.